Cross her up on the cushion, crossing the line. Caught some drama and some bullshit they didn't like. And if they don't like the move, then we're ready to fight. But this is how we ride, this is how we do. Riding mud, sliding up higher in the groove. Don't give a damn about the cash we're spending. With the time we got, we choose to play it on the go, to stay out on the run. We all high, wild, and handsome. Ain't telling you what's right or wrong or what to choose. Hey, but this is how we do. This is how we do. This is how we roll. This is how we do. It's not for everybody but the chosen few. And we pray, cause we know that they might not ever come back. But this is how we ride, this is how we do. Riding mud, sliding up higher in the groove. Don't give a damn about the cash we're spending. With the time we got, we choose to play it on the go, to stay out on the run. We all high, wild, and handsome. Ain't telling you what's right or wrong or what to choose. Hey, but this is how we do. This is how we do. We can ride high.
Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are here today in the shop, the Shopperoo. We are here with Shane. Apparently, you lie big. That's what everybody says, right? They say lie big, correct?
Liebig.
It's Liebig. Why is it Liebig? You look shy. You should be happy.
German.
It's German?
Yeah.
Oh my God! Oh my! This adds a whole new flavor to the entire show. So we're here in your shop. We are in the hills of Rapid City. It's on a hill. How did that become? Was this where you always lived, on the top of a hill?
No, I lived in the hood.
In the hood? There's a hood of Rapid City?
Yeah, there is. I just, North Rapid. Yeah, no, I just built this about 5 years ago. And, you know, wanted to have a shop. I could work on race cars. It used to be a single car garage for years.
Now you can look at me. I know I'm pretty, but it's okay when you talk to me. No, your side profile is beautiful on the show. We do have Ryan Timms off to the side. He has a Steve Kinzer shirt on. Do you want to come in the frame? Oh my!
I'm here, guys.
You're here for support?
Yeah.
Emotional support? Or
Yeah.
you like his new emotional support animal? Or
yeah,
what's the deal?
Something like that.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Keeping the attitude up, you know, and making sure he says all the right things.
Is there like, you did give him a list of things to not talk about, right?
Yep. Long list.
We're not talking about Donnie Schatz apparently being fired, none of that.
Whatever you guys
Oh
want to talk
my
about.
God, no. Anyway, so y'all have a big trophy back here now. So how does it feel to be the new Knoxville Nationals Champion? It has to be surreal. We'll get into as to why here in a little bit, but I mean, it has to be pretty crazy, you know, to come the last few years and this team, y'all just coming together with Ryan late last year, and then next thing you know, you're winning the Super Bowl for the sport.
Yeah, it's truly unbelievable. You know, where we started the year and we were no good at Knoxville at the beginning of the year, and we worked hard. Ryan did, and I did, and tried to get him the best car, and him getting himself better driving. And you know, we practiced, raced there every night we could, rented the track, did some practicing, just did everything we could to get ourselves in position to do what we did.
And so what does it take? I mean, I feel like everybody says just go buy some of the stuff, but that only works for so long. You know, I was at the Houston shop yesterday, and I turn a corner and there's basically a machine shop there, and I'm like, well, Cody, this is where you're winning the World of Outlaw Championship and all this stuff. I was like, this is like your little speed shop, you know, having a guy like Cody on that team that knows how to machine his own stuff and make his own little tricks. I'm assuming that's y'all do the same style of deal here. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, I grew up as a kid. My dad built sprint cars, and my uncle built engines. My uncle actually started the Casey Luna team originally, with Robbie Unser as a driver.
okay.
And but anyways, I grew up scuffing main bearings and for my uncle and notching tubing and
Right.
for my dad. Just you know, so I grew up around it. There's stuff we do. I mean, you know, we ain't as dumb a hick from Western South Dakota as they all think, but
Well,
whatever.
in Western South Dakota is kind of interesting. It's out here, you know. I guess y'all have to drive how far to even get to Knoxville?
9.5 hours every Saturday.
And is that without or with traffic? I mean,
That's if everything goes good.
because it's just not close, and it's a very long stretch between here to Houston, and then a long stretch
Yeah,
down.
and
It's not very eventful.
No, we get home, you know, we race Houston Sunday night, every Sunday night, and then we get home 3:30 in the morning, and I go to work at 7. So,
Well, and it's kind of weird how, you know, racing out here, I didn't really know much history. I mean, we heard of the Black Hills Speedway that the Outlaws used to go to, but I guess there is a big history of racing in this side of South Dakota that goes, I guess, even NASCAR race back here on the dirt track.
yeah, back in the 40s, my grandfather was part of the original group, you know, whatever, but they actually had a NASCAR race here in 1949. Herb Thomas won it. And then through the 70s and 80s, you know, older people know this, but at one time the Black Hills Speedway Nationals was bigger than Knoxville and bigger than Jackson, and back in the old day it was basically Black Hills Speedway, Jackson Nationals, and Knoxville, and then Knoxville just took off in the 80s. You know, but in the 70s and early 80s, this was the big show.
And so you were part of that at all, or who was
I was
part
a
of that?
kid. I mean, I was born in 75. My dad had won it 2-3 times, and my uncles won it in multiple divisions, and then my rookie year was 91, and then you know, that's why I always say, you know, I relate to the kid, you know.
Brian,
I mean,
you're
yeah,
talking
you
about.
know, I was 16, third generation, supposed to be the superstar, you know, ton of pressure. Everybody's like, you're gonna be like your dad, you know, and it was a lot of pressure at a young age, and how he deals with it is great. I try to give any bit of advice I can, but he does a great job. But I mean, you know, what he's done at 18, the pressure he's under, not from me, but just himself, you know, puts on himself. It's unbelievable how he deals with it, because I know how, you know, I was 16 and had that pressure before, and, you know, not at his level, but I mean,
Right.
it was a big level to us, you know.
Well, and like Tim's, you know, I knew him since he was like a little kid racing restricted.
Yep.
I mean, there's actually video on the channel of that. It's funny as hell to watch him run a restricted at Red Dirt Raceway, and Billy Lawhead and all these guys helping him. But
I ran, you know, when I was 16, I ran the very first 360 Nationals at Knoxville.
Wow.
I mean, that's how, when we're there, it's surreal, because you're at 35 and you're like, man, I'm the old guy now.
well, and with Ryan in particular, it was interesting because you saw the surge with the guy who's winning all the 360 stuff, winning local, regional 410 stuff, too young to run Outlaws, then runs Outlaws for his weekend podiums at Red River. And then the next year comes, tire changes, this, that, and the other, Coons rides, all that, and it just like kind of tapered off a little bit. And then it's almost like it just like stalled. You know, not like Gio Scelzi stalled and just couldn't run top 5 and win Outlaw championships. You know, that's because Scelzi had a similar rise, you know, very, very fast out of the gate, and it plateaued. It did seem like Ryan was struggling to find a sprint car team after that season that really gelled well and had performance like we were seeing at that 16 year of age. And it seemed like your team kind of gave that. Well, there's the Ryan Timms everyone remembers, the next Larson, the next guy. Do you think that your experience kind of played with that then?
Oh, I think
Or is it just knowledge of the race cars?
I hope it's all of that. I mean, listen to me. I don't need to tell anybody that I'm smart or not smart or whatever, but I feel that, like, since I drove a sprint car for 15 years, I kind of know what something feels like or don't feels like, or what to get better or what you're doing wrong. I mean, because everything that I get on him about, I've done 20 times wrong, right?
Right.
I mean, and,
right.
and you kind of know, so you try to, and sometimes as a driver, you don't really know what you're doing or know what, you remember the exit of the corner, that it's standing up or it's too loose or it's too tight. You don't remember what got you to that point. Where I'm able to bring that to, like, hey, it started back here, not here, but, whatever. I mean, the thrill of it for me is to feel like I don't need to brag about it. I just want to feel like I'm the smartest guy in the pits, right?
Right. Well, the only real dynamic that is not the same is your dad was an open wheel guy. His dad was a fendered guy. How is that coming up with the open wheel guy with the resume? And what was your dad's resume around here? Was it just that?
In our
impressive?
area, he was a superstar, right? My uncle was a superstar. But we all have different areas. Back then, we didn't have social media, nothing. So you had Speed Sport News or Open Wheel or Stock Car, and he in our area, my family was, like Trossel around Knoxville. That's
Really?
how we were here. If you wanted the best engines, Bill Liebig built them, and if you wanted the best cars, Sam Liebig built them. And I was lucky enough, and I got to meet every racer. Ron Schumann used to hang out here. I mean, I used to tent with Ron. Me and my dad were at Knoxville and staying in tents where the T-shirt trailers are now. That's where we used to camp for the Nationals.
Really?
And then my first Nationals was '85, and so it's like my dad drank a few beers with Steve Ken. I mean, all the old guys my dad knew.
Well, and it sounds like your family was very smart at developing speed. Back in that day, the guys who figured it out in the shop were the guys up front. And that
My dad never had money, never had humble. Till just recently. I mean, I was the guy around getting used tires, right? I mean, that's what we did. We could build one, like when I started, we could build one good car, one good motor. If I crashed or blew up, we were in trouble for the rest of that year,
Right.
I grew up, Donnie was, he was 15 and I was 17, and we kind of grew up, I feel like if I'd have had the financial backing,
But
I'm not taking
I know you're
nothing
not
away
saying
from
that,
him.
but
I'm just saying if I'd had that kind of financial banking, I'd have been the one there battling with him. You know what I mean?
finances are huge in
Yeah.
the sport, and obviously, this team that we see around us, the race car over there, you had, and a couple other car owners that had a similar path. They got to a point where they're like, well, I just ain't got the money to do it, and they take time off and they go build a business and build the financial equity that it takes to do it right, just by having that experience.
Yep. No, and I'm very frugal, and I've bought and sold teams for years. I had a race car part. I've been in every aspect. I've owned race car part businesses, sold them. I used to buy teams out. I had Black Hill Speedway in 10 and 11, and I had Big Sky Speedway for 3. I can't remember what, but I've owned 2 racetracks. I've promoted over 15 outlaw shows since '06. So I have a different perspective of everybody. I've been a driver, an owner, a promoter, part salesman. So I kind of know, when people are talking shit about this promoter, it's a tough deal, man. None of us go out there to make a shitty track. It's just sometimes shit happens, you know what I mean? And you can do it the same way 20 times in a row, and it's never going to be the same.
Right. I think I finally met somebody with a longer resume than all the areas I've been in, because you got me there for sure. And people don't know the backgrounds of things and how they work either at all. And, obviously you get a big show or something like that and it gets destroyed by something, racetrack conditions or rainouts or something like that. I mean, I've been there, Devil's Bow down there in the South, I was a part of for a long time. And there's the guys clocking in the morning and clocking out when the sun goes down to try to make it the best it is. There's a lot of effort in running racetracks. Especially, I could imagine out here. I mean, y'all have a decent sized city, but I mean, racing used to be a popular thing, but in today's society, it's almost a ghost.
Well,
thing,
I said, when they asked me about pressure, one time I had an outlaw show out here and I had really no money. And, we got 2.5 inches of rain when they're going out for the main event. Well, the crowd wants their money back. The Outlaws want paid. And that's pressure. Like,
Yeah.
where are you going to come up with $125,000 to?
Right.
I mean,
Right.
And that's what back then you're making $30,000 a year. So but this has been a joy for me. I mean, I know people. I know how to deal with a lot more, pressured things than. I'm not saying Knoxville taking anything away from it. I'm just saying that
You've been in high stress situations.
Absolutely, I can deal with it.
Right.
And then you try to set the tone for everybody else. You're calm, they're calm.
Right.
You're confident, they're confident. I mean, we went to Knoxville and there was 4 of us. Me, Ryan, Marty, and Ben that all believed we could win, and
Right.
we really felt that. I mean, and it wasn't just a bullshit. Blah, 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 let's go. No, we really believed we could win, and.
The only thing wrong with the team is it didn't have a prime body on it.
Yeah, okay. Clyde, yeah.
Yeah, Clyde's a hell of a guy, man.
Yeah, I met him for the first time.
You need the prime advantage.
I just met him.
I was making this joke with them. I was like, they always worry about the weight on the front of the car.
Yeah.
Just layer, when you're going to make the mold, just put a layer of some lead in there.
Yeah.
It's not illegal to have a heavy nose piece.
No.
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 You could build weight into the bodies, Clyde. Let's get on this.
No, I just met him. He's a very nice guy.
Okay. So are you up for the heavy nose piece?
I don't know about
Does it
that
sound
yet.
good?
I don't know
No.
about that. Maybe. but
It's
no.
not illegal.
No.
It's not illegal. Come on, you got to be doing some gray area stuff. How much gray area is in racing today? Don't give away any secrets. But
Oh, I'm not.
is there? Because a lot of people think it is in this black and white box. But I see so many people come out with a race car that's in the black and white box, and they learn real quick that there's more than 50 shades of gray out here. How many gray areas are there? And I'm not saying like cars illegal or anything, but is there gray areas in the sport? I'm not trying to tell you to tattle on yourself, but there has to be. Everybody accepts it. Like that's almost like a cherry on top to be in the gray area and nobody knows.
I honestly think there's theories. I don't think there's gray areas or whatever. I think there's, Cody's probably got a few tricks. I do. Ricky Warner obviously does. I mean, we're probably one of the last teams that don't go to wheel dynos and all that. I've never been to one. I know some of them guys go twice a week
Right.
to try to figure out stuff, field curves, headers, different stuff. I mean, we do our testing on the track, but it's all by theory of experience, right? I mean, stuff that
You were
I
talking
believe-
about your uncle and your dad was
Yep.
a part of motor building. Is that like a huge thing with these cars? Is it really a rocket ship? And if you can get that right, work from there?
Yeah, really the camshafts are the key to the whole thing, right? And knowing what you want. And I'm a little old school, so I go for what they'd call highway gear, and everybody else likes RPM. And but that's what I grew up on, and that's how I raced.
And then
But
I guess the balance of the car fits that as well, right?
that's the way it works. I mean, I ain't doing anything different I didn't do with Aaron in 2016. I mean,
Okay.
I had theories, and it still works today. We still got the same motors from then.
Really?
I mean, yeah,
was
same
that
era.
was that okay? That was what won the race?
Yeah, one of the era. Yeah. I mean, this one was built new 2 years ago, but it was built to what I ran then.
Okay. And that seems to work.
And that would even go back on that. The motors we had then, and we still got 2 of them, are from the modern era with Joey Saldana. They were built in 2012, 13,
Wow.
14. Them are the motors, we're basically using now. And,
Obviously, the heads have changed since then, correct or no?
I know everything's the same.
Really? Wow. That's impressive. What are they 270? I mean, I'm sure you don't.
283. That's
283s, Dash 5s is the ones that just
Well,
obliterated the field. I mean,
for me,
y'all
yeah.
ran away and
Yeah.
just hid.
Yeah, no. So we, like I said, it ain't nothing state of the
Gray
art.
area, it's more so innovation and understanding your race car.
That's right. I mean, maybe mine with Mancito's motor don't go as fast, but with the Speedway engines and the way they're cammed and the way I like doing my car, it just works, right?
Well, and how much is flow? Like I see headers being a big talk. Is that a thing, or is it just back to preference, balance of car?
Preference. I mean, there are some headers out there now that really make some horsepower difference, but with that, I don't know if you got drivability. So it's a very mix, like maybe you can qualify with this header that gives you a bunch more horsepower. But sometimes as you go on, you're looking to, I know it don't make sense, kill power. You know what I mean? You know, like with my highway gears, I kill wheel spin. You know what I mean? So you're trying to, you know, like when we started the year, we were just having troubles functioning at such a high rate of speed, right? I mean, because, you know, with the gear I run there, you're going in the corner 20 mile an hour faster than the most guys, right? And we had to back it off to get, you know, we're back to where we should be, but, you know, we had to back off before we could go forward. I mean, slow the car down.
Right.
And sometimes, like when it's dry like that, you need that. You don't need all the horsepower in the world. You need a drivable motor.
And is Knoxville just a different racetrack than everything? Or do you think maybe like your Black Hills half mile experience was similar, help you? Or?
Knoxville's got a little bit sweepier corners than what I grew up on. But yes, I ran the same gear at both places. So, I mean, I feel that growing up on a half mile is what got me, you know, my knowledge or knowing what feels like or what, you know, it just, I don't know, you know, I've always been my thing, so.
Well, and then obviously today, you know, balance of cars, everything, setups, shocks. I see shocks just being dominated by FK pretty much across the board in the sprint car world. I mean, pretty much. They say or Penske's maybe on NPA somewhere on some.
Except I got Momentums.
And so what momentum? I mean, just like. I mean,
so Brad,
they better be giving you 20% of all shock sales going forward.
No,
I mean, at this point,
again,
it's trendy. It's trendy. Why does everybody have FKs? Well, because the guys winning are.
You know, honestly, the Brad Bennick, him and Scott Bennick are very good, close friends of mine. They're brothers, and I've always been on their stuff. You know, Brad was with the people who started AFCO shocks originally, and he's done my shocks, like I said, since I come back racing in '16. I disappeared for a few, but I've always stayed loyal to the guys because they know what I like. If I need something, they change it. I don't got to argue. They know what I'm talking about. I mean, I've always just stayed loyal. You know, I said that in one other deal. Them I've been loyal to. You know, Speedway Engines I've been loyal to. They've took care of me too. All these guys have. Right. HRP Wings has never won Knoxville Nationals. I've been with them 20 something years. You know, I mean, just. So you try to stay, you know, what's missing in this sport anymore is a little bit of loyalty.
Right.
And it's fun for all of us old guys that, you know, we can still stay, you know, look at Donnie Kreitz. I mean, he's running $100 AFCO shocks and kicking everybody's ass. It's awesome. You know, I mean, when I was a kid growing up, I had his picture in my school locker, you know. I've never told him that when he won the 1985 Kings Row. I mean, he was... it's fun for the old guys to, you know, because they all say we're all, you know, retarded, shit's passed us by. So now, like, when we go to the racetrack, everybody that's over 50 is like automatically best friends because we're the guys that don't know anything anymore.
Well, and I mean, you mentioned some big names there. It's like, obviously, I think that's probably the most impressive thing that happened here was you going up in there. I mean, yeah, Ryan's getting the job done behind the wheel, but like we were discussing earlier, I think, you know, most people that are in that pitting area, most have the money. You know, they got the stuff put on the car. Yeah, they got drivers. Ryan's probably better than a lot of them. I mean, but the crew chiefs and what's setting that car up is probably the most valuable thing in today's wing sprint car industry. I mean, how are you getting? I think, well, after winning a race like that, I mean, I know you're being respectful, but it's pretty tough to go into that building at Knoxville Nationals, crew chief wise, and beat the best minds the game has.
A lot of it's mindset. I mean, that's why I've tried teaching. You know, I'm teaching him is just, you know, I used to be the guy that. Whoever the biggest guy was there, that's the one I tried to pick a fight with, right? I mean, when I used to go to Husitz as a young kid and race on Husitz, and I don't know if I've ever told him this, I used to look to go get in a fight with Terry McCarroll.
Really?
I mean, just because he was the bad guy. He was the best and the baddest dude. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's funny now because we're all old and whatever, and he probably don't even know this, but I mean, I used to go there just hoping we'd run into each other.
Really?
You know, but it... that's the mentality I had. You know, whoever, you know, I mean, I'd go to a racetrack if they were the hot dog. I would slide job them in hot laps and try to pick a fight. I mean, I wanted to take it to the biggest, baddest, whoever it was. I was ready for the challenge, right? I
So
mean,
that's why you say it's mindset.
that's right. I mean, and that's, I go there not thinking we're below them guys. I mean, I don't give a shit who they are. I don't think when he drives his best and I'm at my best, I don't feel inferior to them guys.
Right.
I feel like I can punch them in the mouth and take the trophy. I mean, that's my mentality.
Well, obviously, with motor, we talked about shocks, just general bars. I'm assuming still everything, ride heights. There's a bunch of things that can get you out of whack on these cars or in.
Yep.
What about aero? I know you got like an IndyCar guy over here helping you or something. Has he got like some kind of trick deal going up there? Do you have a flap that comes up and down that we don't know about? What's going on here? Is some Dietrich shit?
No. I'm not as smart as all them guys.
Oh,
so
come on.
we just do our thing and whatever. But Marty did come from McLaren. Bill Wagner, you know, the 78 sprint car, he helped us a lot. He owned an aerospace deal, but he got in a car accident. But remember the 78, the old guy, the one that Sanders run into in the Macri car?
Yes.
Well, my dad built sprint cars for him 40 years ago, and then we've become friends with him. But he's helped me with some stuff, theories, you know what I mean? And you know, really,
You don't think the aero's really making a big difference in today's world at all, or
you know,
we're seeing guys with qualifying wings?
I got qualifying wings.
I'm just
too.
saying.
I mean,
So obviously there's something to it.
We won at Knoxville 7 times this year, and I had 4 different wings on. So
Right.
So did it or didn't it? You know.
Right.
So whether you think
You're not saying 4 different in one night. You're saying 4 different
victories with 4 different wings. So I mean,
does the driver tell you it's any different?
he barely
he barely
knows how to start it.
Oh my God! Wow! Wow!
I'm kidding.
Wow! And he wants to be Steve Kinzer. Wow! He don't even know how to start it.
I guarantee you, Carl told Steve to shut up too.
Oh, really? Yeah. Well, you were around that, or your dads were around those people too. So that's interesting. So the racing career, I guess, how did that go? Was it hit and miss? Kyle said you were a checkers or wreckers guy. You were fast, but if
I made it through the first corner, usually I won.
Okay, sounds familiar right here.
If I didn't, it was bad.
Oh my! Did you ever run into lap cars and cost yourself a win? At Houston in particular?
So, no, I mean, I had a different theory, right or wrong. I mean, my theory is lap cars don't have no rights, and you either move or you get moved.
Right.
I mean, that's
how the Outlaws, even to today, they race that way.
I mean, that's how I feel about it, you know. And if I'm a lap car and they dump me, then I should have got the fuck out of the way.
So, so it's that Macedo mentality.
Well, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know any of them guys. I don't listen to any of their. I
have a song about this. It's called
I just don't know. Honestly, I don't pay enough attention. I just try to stay in my own lane, and I don't care about all that stuff.
So then the racing, what did you do? Just here, or did you go around?
Here,
360s?
Yeah, 360s a little bit. I tried 410s for 2 years at. Of course, I picked the wrong 2 years or year and a half at Houston. You know, when I was there, McCarl, Pod was in Forbrooks. Casey Kane was there. I mean, we were having 44-10s a night. Wow. in late 90s, 98, 99.
Okay.
And the best I ever did was second at Houston's, but it in the 410 deal. But it was a dog-eat-dog deal there. I mean,
right. And the track was a little different, or was it the same?
To me, it's the same.
To you, it looks the same as that year.
You know, everybody's really. I really don't like people criticizing Taylor. Taylor and Greg do a hell of a job. I mean. And it's racy. They just got to quit.
Taylor gave me this shirt to wear on the show today.
They got to quit being a bunch of crybabies. It's fucking what it is, man. And it's always been awesome, and it's always been that way. And they just need to.
So that's a good question. So it's always kind of like went rubber quickly, and
no, but when it was hot, 100 degrees back then, everybody has a short memory. They always remember the best, but But there was plenty of fucking bad days back then too. I mean,
when people say good old days like NASCAR, oh, it's so great. Well, how is Richard Petty winning by 10 seconds a great race?
You know, just like when they gave him shit about watering too much before the big show. Well, if the fucking place would laid rubber, everybody bitched about that too. You know what I mean?
Well,
you just
I mean, dirt. I mean, when you're on the grand stage, and they did put a big spotlight on the facility by running such a big event, and we are used to Eldora's and Knoxville's and these other tracks that widen out and slick off, and guys are racing.
But listen to me.
It's tough. It's tough. And apparently, they got new dirt coming in.
The guys at Knoxville are the best in the country, and they still have bad nights.
Right. It's been one of the best years this year. It's been the most amazing Knoxville year I've ever seen.
Honestly, I've always thought it's amazing. I mean, it just shit happens. You got to adjust to it. You know, the problem is with racers is they're all selfish, and they all, you know, they find one thing that works on one kind of track, and then if it don't, then it's everybody else's fault, right? Well, figure it out.
Especially racers.
I mean,
they're like the last ones to blame themselves.
That's right.
The good ones are the ones that do, if you think about it. Ryan probably cries in the mirror and like, you're a piece of shit, yells at himself.
No, we have like the Adam Sandler, we play that off of Happy Gilmore all the time.
Okay.
You
The first
suck,
one, not
you
the...
suck,
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
good. You're ugly, I'm good looking. You know what I mean? Just...
Right. Well, and team camaraderie, that's something that people don't really think about as far as success. It's like, I've been around enough pits, late models, modified, sprint cars, name it. I can be around a team for 30 minutes and know if they're successful or not. Just by how people treat one another and talk to one another, how crew chiefs talk with their drivers, or just how the tire guy even is treated. You know, real success is built in camaraderie in some form or fashion. There's right ways to get pissed and right ways to get mad, but there's some wrong ways to get pissed and get mad, if that makes sense.
Oh, yeah, no. I mean, listen to me. I've seen everything over the 50 years I've been around. I mean, I haven't always, you know, when I was young, I probably didn't act the best either. You know what I mean? When you're good, you kind of got to have a little bit of confidence in you, right? And the real key is whether it's confidence or too cocky. You know what I mean? I've always looked at stuff to motivate me. You know, like when we went to there, I didn't like earlier this year when Corey Day said he was a bug on the windshield.
Right.
And honestly, I wanted to, you know, it fucking pissed me off. And I'm a guy that lives off of motivation. I mean, and Kyle Larson, he's a good guy, but, you know, when they're asking him who's going to be a threat to win, and we never even get mentioned, that, you know, I was like...
Or he just mentions his buddies.
I was just like, you know, I'll fucking show this motherfucker. I mean,
Right.
and don't...
That's winner's mentality, though.
It's not that he's a bad person or I got some big problem with him.
That's the competitive element of...
That's right. I look for something to motivate me, and it motivated me bad.
Right.
I mean, not that we're not motivated anyways, but it just...
Well, my car has 460,000 miles on it, and half of that is because at 300 they said, "Oh, that thing's about to blow." All right, motherfucker, watch this.
Yeah.
You know, it's the same kind of deal in a way. I mean, and it seems like you're processing it in the proper way, and then, but still, team and how it works with everybody getting on board with that kind of idea.
I'm
too.
really lucky. You know, Marty's been around it. His dad was a crew chief back in the '80s. You know, his dad won Indy 500. You know,
His dad. What's his dad's name? Tell him.
Bones. Sorry, Bones.
You forgot an
Mind
Indy
block.
500 winner's
No,
name.
Sorry. But, you know, and Marty, you know, when he left me and Retzel, he went to Martin Truex Jr. and won a championship there in NASCAR, and then started with McLaren, was with them. And if anybody knew the whole story of how this deal even come about, it's just crazy how the stars aligned.
Well, that's interesting. So you had your race to career. Did you venture out? What somebody's saying you did West Coast a little bit, or you were about Civil War series or something?
So, like in the late '90s, I raced. I don't even know if Jason Myers or Tim Kading. Tim Kading was young then, but I raced out there for about one summer, and then I found out I got my wife pregnant with my son, and so I moved home to take care of my kid and do the right thing. But I was chasing. I led a Civil War series and broke a shock off leading it with 5 to go. You know what I mean? And you know, I'm not that but there was a lot of dogs back then.
Well, even today, you know, you go out there and like we're going West Coast, and it's fucking throw or get throwed.
Well, back then
Was it the same way? There's
yeah,
a big difference.
Brent Kidding was the king. You know, he was the dog. I mean, he was the dog back then. And then, Myers was young, Tim was young. Of course, I was young. We were all full of ourselves. And but there was 92 cars showed up for $1,200 to win. 92 sprint cars. I mean, it's like, woo!
Yeah, they just want to race over there.
And then, honestly, I was going out there. I raced a San Jose Trophy Cup is where they used to have the last race ever at San Jose. And then I was flying out there. They were going to have it at Chico the next year. So that'd have been 2099. And I was working construction here after I moved home, and they were going to fly me out. And I really thought we had a chance at that one. Coming down the ladder at work, a wall broke, and I was going to the airport and fell, and the block come down, broke both my legs, crushed my feet.
Damn.
I never made it back.
Really?
Yeah.
To racing?
Well, here, but never. It took me months and months and months to recover.
Oh, I could imagine.
And so I never felt like I got to fulfill that. You know, I really felt, I know everybody, we really had a shot at winning that trophy cup that year. And I just, whatever, could have, would have, should have, right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So when did it transfer into car owning? What was the reasons there?
So honestly, I raced up to about 2002 or 3. I had a great car owner, Harvey Ostermiller, called me out of Montana, Billings, Montana, and I raced for him for probably 4 years, 5 years. But it by then I had already made up my mind. I broke my back. I had the leg problems.
Checkers or wreckers got the checkers. The
Shoulders,
wreckers started catching up,
and then I got concussions really bad, and I mean there was a 6-month period where I was slobbering. I mean, and I was just like, man, I got kids, I got business, a wife. I need to make a decision here. And so I kind of stepped back from racing and had a parts business and started the trailer business.
What year was that?
I'd say probably the early 2000s, probably.
And so the next time we see anything with the 10 car, what was that?
Well, so I come back so I decided in 15, I seen this kid on TV, Aaron Reitzel.
360 racing.
So back up, I put this team together. My kids started racing mini sprints. My son at this point in mid 2000 or late 2000s. So I put this, or 2012. So I put this sprint car team together for my kid and my friends. You know, one of my best friends, he's played pro football. And we all decided, okay, we're going to make this happen for Tyler. And so we put this team together, and I had 4 cars, and we were number 55. And Tyler raced. He got second in his second ever race in an ASCS race in Billings, national race. And then he ended up spinning out and getting hit by a car, and then he ended up just walking away from it. You know, and to be honest with you, it was probably because I pushed too hard. I was pushing, trying to make him the best, and he was really good, but I just...
Did he have other options in today's world? It's like, they got a good career, they're basketballing or nothing? Or...
No, I think it was just like, you know, honestly, we got a great relationship today. But, you know, we were laying out his future for him, and he's like...
To be 4th generation racer.
And he's like, I don't need this shit. You know, and so anyways, I had all this car shit.
Mental health.
So I watched this race, and the winter heat, and Aaron Reitzel ran good in a 410 deal down at Yuma.
Right.
So Brad Bennick my shot guy built Aaron shocks. So I called up Brad and said, hey, tell that fucker that I'm capable and I'll build the team. And so in the winter of 15, we went to that Yuma deal. It would have been in January of 16, I believe, you know, through the January.
Yeah.
We ran that.
Coca-Paw, was it?
Yep,
Coca-Paw?
yep.
Yeah.
We ran that, and we really didn't run that great. But we ended up to keep going, and at that time, Todd had started that, I think it was NST series or whatever. And
okay.
We went to Jackson, and we actually passed Wasowski and was leading the 20 grand to win. And for whatever reason, with a half-track lead, Aaron jumped the cushion, and we ended up second with 5 to go.
But it showed that y'all had a capable car.
That's right. And then we went to Knoxville, had a motor problem, but we were fast. We were on pole for that.
Was this kind of like Aaron Reitzel's 410 transition?
That's right.
Because he was like career 360 there for a minute.
That's right. I mean,
and it's hard to come out of the South Texas. There's no 410s, especially at that time. And to get 410 racing, you had to leave. You know?
I mean, listen to me. whether he'd ever admit it before he's old and retires would be another thing. But, you know, I felt like I was an important part of his early part of his career in a 410. But
to show what he could do for the world.
Whatever, you know, I know the conversations. I know what we went through. I know whatever, you know. I mean, I'm not the guy that needs credit, but, you know, I helped him. Anyways, we went to the that big Silver Cup or whatever it was at Huset's when the other guy owned it, called another name back then. Anyways, you got gold, you basically silver bars.
Okay.
And we were on pole. I said, man, don't let Terry sucker you. Terry McCarl.
Yeah.
And Terry suckered him. So then he slid and got hit by Jeffrey. Anyways, we ended up, I think, 4th or 5th in it, and we should have won it. And then basically the next year, 17, he wanted 87 instead of 55, and he had that old car, the one.
And y'all had a 55 number at the time?
Yeah, 55 number.
What was that for?
My
10 seems to be like in the family.
My grandfather was 55, so my
Okay.
son was always 55. So
And where did the 10s come in?
that was the first car my uncle and my dad went together, because growing up, my uncle and my dad were rivals. They both raced sprint cars, and
Okay.
it was, you know, Uncle Bill had all the money backing him, and Dad was a broke guy, and they clashed, right?
And then they got together at one point,
Yeah,
and
and
they
then
called the car 10.
The 10 car, yeah. And then, so that's where that come from. But
So you were 55 with the Reitzel come up.
and then 17, he got that car that he got busted with, changing the sticker on. That's an old fucking car he's just in love with. So that's the one we took to Knoxville that year in 17. And it was basically all my motor, my running gear. It was his frame, body, and wings, basically. And we went there, and we went through the hard knocks, and then we got to 7th in the main, and that's what I feel launched his career. I mean, he'll never, whatever. Whatever. But
Well, in a way, that's kind of interesting. A lot of people think you just came out of nowhere, won Knoxville Nationals, but you've already top 10 with Aaron Reitzel in 2017.
that's right. And
Guys fresh out of 360s in a way.
And we, you know, after that season, it was just very,
All season.
yeah, after 17, I mean, we left Knoxville even though we got 7th. We weren't really communicating well by the end of that. And I just said, don't need to spend this kind of money to be miserable. And
then I guess that's when the Bachman with All-Star deal happened.
that's right. That's right. So I was on the phone with him when Folkens called him, and I was on the phone when Boffman called. I mean, you know, and I was backing up, you know, but I was, because originally me and Christopher Bell were going to do something with him, but it just, you know, whatever. It just didn't work at that time, and I was tired and whatever.
So
right?
2017, 2018 car don't hit the track?
No, 17, like I said, we ended at the Knoxville Nationals,
Right.
and that's kind of right after that, we kind of just separated.
And so 18, the car just didn't leave the shop.
No, I got rid of everything. I sold everything.
Oh, you sold out after the
I
Reitzel
was
deal.
just like,
Wow.
I am done with this shit. You know what I mean? And
It was that frustrating with Aaron at times.
you know,
I didn't know this would be Aaron Reitzel in depth, but
no, it just
he
whatever.
was young then. He's probably changed over the years. I'm sure you've
Yeah,
changed.
it's
since then. I'm
it's
not
like-
saying this is an indictment of Aaron Reitzel's
No,
character.
it's just like he's like a son or a brother. You know, there's times, you know, nobody else better talk shit about him, but there's times I could have beat him with a stick. You know,
Well, it's funny, you know, you mentioned your attitude earlier about competition. I feel like that is Aaron Reitzel.
absolutely.
You know, if somebody says something bad or doesn't say something
I
about
remember
him,
telling him, run over your fucking mom to win this race. I remember telling him that.
Andrea's a nice person now.
No, I know what they, you know, just,
She watches the show. She will be watching.
oh, yeah, no.
Big fan of the Chaz.
He's, like I said, he's everything you want as a car
Person
owner.
in the car.
He's a ruthless, great racer, competitor, and
Not afraid of a name. Not
Nope.
afraid of anybody.
no, it was a joy. I mean, we still talk sometimes. You know, I'm a little disappointed you didn't reach out and congratulate us on Knoxville, but whatever.
Right.
You know,
So then you sell out 18, and you're in basically PTSD Reitzel. You're in mental depression at this point, dealing with. You should have just threw a bike at him. It would have fixed everything.
oh, you guys.
But at the end of the
you guys
day,
pick on him too much.
he picks on himself. I'm kidding. So you shut the team down. This is all done. The Liebig name is coming to a close. So what happens then?
So we go to the Chili Bowl that year, and me and my
Before 18 starts?
No, after 18.
So 19 Chili Bowl.
And me and my buddy I grew up racing with since we were 10 years old, Jerry Bray, we get this bright ideal to buy Billings, Big Sky Speedway in Billings.
Right. Make you a little more of a centerpiece.
It
now you're into hell.
And then
this is where it all changes. Life's going down.
I bought it
now.
from my old car owner's, wife and their partners, because they were older and wanted to get out, and we resurrected that and made it awesome again, Jerry and I, and then like it's like any challenge, we turn it around, it's successful. Well, I'm ready to move on. The fun is getting to there.
Yeah, it
just
they say if you want to go broke, buy a race car, but if you want to destroy the family wealth, go get a racetrack.
So then
it's the hardest thing in the world.
COVID come.
Oh, now you're really.
And that gave me an excuse to get out,
Well, but South Dakota, I thought you were protected.
We were, but that's Montana. He was pretty protected up there too.
Oh yeah, that's right, Big Sky. That's right.
But I just decided I wanted out, and Jerry, he's very capable. He's done a great job with it. It's a great speedway. So then I thought, I think I got out at maybe 22. That's when COVID was, right? Yeah, and then
21 COVID. It was like 20 to 21 because that's when the election happened. Was 20, so it was 20 building up.
Okay.
And then we weren't out of COVID. Everybody was scared, and then Russia and Ukraine happened, and it went away. So we got to thank Russia and Putin for this.
So started buying race car stuff a little bit, frame and then the body. Then you got an excuse. Okay, I got a couple things, and I better just build a car, And so then I think it was the end of 22. I built a car to go to the Jackson Nationals with, and Matt Jewell. I talked to him. He was lettering my car, doing my lettering. I'm like, hey, you want to drive my car? And didn't really know Matt either at that time. And we went to the Jackson Nationals in Lakeside. I had a little bad luck at Lakeside.
Did you have transporter and everything at this
time?
No,
just a dually and a 40-foot.
Okay. Well, you do West River trailers and sales. You probably have a decent connection to get something. All right, I'd hope pull one off the lot or something. I'm not sure, but
then we decided to go with Caleb at the beginning of 23, and Caleb had never left California, and when he come here, he's such a great kid and such a.
Well, and that Caleb deal was interesting because I was getting with Kyle and we were trying to find a driver. They thought I had some knowledge, I guess.
Yeah.
Of seeing speed, seeing talent.
Yeah.
Justin Sanders was number one on the board, but Justin was kind of comfortable in California and didn't really know of the Liebig team, you know, and
Caleb was
willing to take the jump. We were out there at Gold Cup, and he won a prelim night or dueling with the best in the world and had done well.
Yep.
But like you said, never had left California, kind of young, and look where he's at now. Ohio, he's doing well.
That's probably my biggest regret is not ever us sticking it out and he's a great kid. He just never been away from home at that point, and he's always raced with his dad, and I know how that is. It's difficult. When I went to California to race when I was his age, it was tough coming from here. Like dealing with just the everyday shit.
Right.
And I was hard on him, and we both decided there was no hard feelings, no nothing. We separated. We still talk today once a week, and I'm glad to see him doing good.
I think I saw him bring you beer or something.
He did in Victory Lane, and then he come and spent Saturday night at Eldora with me in the pits. So that's how close we are, and that was after his accident.
Right.
But
luckily he was okay. That was probably, back to accidents. That was probably the craziest one. We've never really seen a guy get life flighted and then took the next days. Well, everything's all right. It's like, how could you take the life flight? Did the insurance companies need that big of a claim?
Yeah, they're being precautious. He was knocked out, and he's still pretty sore. He come and seen us at Knoxville multiple times, and he was even Sunday morning when I seen him at the showers, he was still pretty sore.
But I believe he's won since then.
He has. So he's racing hurt.
He is. Okay. Well, that's kind of like it, in these things over here.
But then we went. We put Garrett Williams in it for 2 races. He tipped
Garrett
over
Williams,
at
the current World Outlaw rookie contender.
He was out of motors, so we put him in it for 2 races at Huset's, and he tipped over both nights. And then we were getting ready to go to Knoxville, and I said, "Man, when I take you to Knoxville, you're gonna love this baby." And then he had another owner at that time that didn't want him racing anything else, so then he kind of quit me or whatever. So it was right before the big show at Huset's, the big
High Bank Nationals.
And then so I put
So this is June 23.
Yep. I put Jewel in it, and Jewel actually passed Donnie Schatz and passed Kyle and got to second behind Brad Sweet in his heat race and passed him. And was fast as hell, you know. And then we started second or third row of the main, and Dobbs got into him, tipped him over, and he broke his back.
Oh,
so then I was like, Jesus.
Is this the sign?
So then Scott Boguski had called me, and me and my dad talked. My dad was a very, you know, he couldn't do a whole lot anymore, but he's always there. He's my advice bouncer offer, right? You know, and
right.
We decided, he's like, you know, I really like that kid. I know, you know, whatever, he ain't a name brand, whatever, but let's give that kid a shot. Maybe he just needs a chance. And we put Scott in it, and, you know, we end up making the nationals there and 23, and, you know, I mean, we were finished in the back, but
making the show there is like bigger than winning some races.
And competitive and all that stuff. And then we decided to go 23 with Scott. And, you know, I thought we had pretty successful at one point. We won 3 or 4 shows in a row, and we, you know, he beat Aaron on the last lap at Knoxville, which was, you know, special. He'd never won at Knoxville. I'd never had at that point. Then we went in the nationals, and we ran. And
this is 24 at this point.
Yep, we went. We ended up 8th last year in the feature, and but I was disappointed. I mean, right or wrong, I felt like we had a car that was capable of winning or running up front, even though Kyle, I didn't care. I mean, I felt that way then.
Right.
And then I was just, you know.
And some people may look at that as being a little team, like, man, you should be like all over your heels for even being in the conversation. But obviously today we have proof of why you feel that.
Yeah,
way.
I mean, Scott was a great guy and a great racer, and I thought we overachieved, right? I mean, but I knew truthfully that my car was better than what we were doing. And most people at the time said I was nuts, and you know, I mean,
like I just said, be happy. Be happy you're even in the club up there in the top 10.
And honestly, I called Guy Forbrook just to vent, and you know, I was thinking of quitting.
So Tim's was running the Forbrook car, I think, at this time.
That's right.
Did he compete in the Nationals last year or no?
I think he did. Did you do it in Forbrook's car? No, your own car. Yeah. And anyways, he ran for Forbrook and won Huset's one night I was there.
Okay.
And I know it's gonna sound bad, but I never really paid attention. I didn't even know he's the one with the big red tow rig, right? I mean, I didn't fucking care or pay attention to anybody else's bullshit. I was in my own world, right? My own circle, or in my own.
Taking your own way.
That's right. And so I was venting to Forbrook, and me and Scott had come back and winterized everything. And Forbrook's like, "Why don't you put Tim's in that car?" And I'm like, "Who?" And he says, "Ryan Timms that drove for me." "Oh yeah, he's the one that won in your car." "Yeah." I said, "Yeah, oh yeah, we beat, you know, one night we won it at Huset's. He ran second to us. That's the first time I ever really remember noticing. You know, and nothing against him. I just
was no one there. Like it was Trevor Service, or what was there? Just
I don't know. Anyways, he says, "Put him in your car." I said, "Well, I didn't call you looking for a driver, guy. I just called you to talk to you about, you know, how do you deal
losing
with
the Nationals, basically.
How do you deal with this shit? You know what I mean? And you know, you got, you know." And he's like, "Put this kid in your car." And I said, "I didn't call you looking for a driver." He says, and we talked for 2 hours. He's like, "Okay, I'm gonna give you this. I'm texting you this kid's number. You call him." "Yeah, okay." We get off the phone, and then he calls me a half hour later. He's like, "Did you call him?" I said, "No." He's like, "You're a fucking pussy," and hung up on me.
Wow, Guy Forbrook said this to you.
And then the next call was from Randy Timms.
Okay.
Ryan's dad, and he's like, yeah, guy says we should hook up. I said, yeah, well, we can go to I-70. I said, well, I'll meet you in the parking lot of the motel at noon. We'll bolt your seat in.
And this was high limit October last year.
Yeah. So then we, we go there.
Have you ever been to I-70?
No. So I meet there, and I'm like, put your seat in, and he gives me, Ryan gives me the deer in the headlight look, like, huh? And I'm like,
because he's never bolted anything in his life. He just
so
steers
like,
the wheel.
So I'm like,
yeah.
What the fuck am I getting myself into?
So he had to call somebody to put the seat in for him?
No. But then, I'm sure Randy's thinking, I got a little dually and a little trailer. Like, what the fuck is this?
Clown show.
Yeah,
this is it's a joke by Guy.
So we're both,
You better do better next year in my car. This is what you're left with.
So he actually ended up, him and I think it was Matt. Was it Matt that helped you bolt the seat in finally, or was it Chad? Dickie and Chad, yeah, they helped him bolt the seat in.
Did they help him, or was he like on the phone with girls while they did it?
No, he actually kind of helped.
He did, like move the seat.
I remember he sat in there, and we were just laughing about this last night. He went to go work the brake pedal, and he said, my knee's kind of rubbing, and I said, what? And he's like, it's good. So then we went to I-70 and ran second. And, well, the first memory I have of him and me actually talking at all is we walk out on the back chute of the opening of I-70, and he's like, man, big. Yeah. You run a fucking midget on Eldora.
Right.
And he's like, good point.
Yeah, well,
and then just
so you were getting the complainer out of him.
So just went. And honestly, when I seen him come out of turn 2 and hot laps, as stupid as this sounds, I just knew. I was like, man, these guys are in trouble. Just the way he drove the car and how I knew it could just rip.
Well, being a former driver, you probably watch the car, and it's almost like you visualize how it should go through the corner.
Yep. And I was just like, man, you guys are in trouble. I mean, I really thought that to myself. I didn't say it out loud. And
then they were.
He ran second, and he was by far. I mean, Brad got him because of experience, but
and time ran out, because I believe he chopped his lead down by 3 seconds or something.
We were lights out, and so then we decided to go to.
What was the reaction after that first night? Was it wow? I mean, it seems like over around here it's funny, and it almost was like a Perth feeling last night. Because you go to Perth Motorplex and you go into the downtown restaurants or whatever. If you're with the sprint car driver, you're like famous. It's like being an IndyCar driver or a NASCAR driver in Charlotte. Like, it seemed last night we were at the freaking place to eat, and they're like, "Oh, the Chaz! Oh, we won!" It's like y'all are like Rapid City actually supports the team. So going to high limit, a big flow racing event and running well, had to get some kind of reaction.
No, it was an awesome deal for us, and we didn't plan on it at that time, but then we said, I think you talked me into going to Lucas Oil.
Okay.
And we just go to Lucas Oil. Well, then we qualify good, and then he's leading the feature, and a fuel line comes loose. Yeah. He's leading the feature on a caution, pulls off, and the worst thing.
He had it covered too.
Yeah, worst thing a mechanic ever, right? I mean, but we had a wheel weight fall off the left rear wheel, and he said it was vibrating. He couldn't even see out the shield, and there's a thing stuck to the frame, and it ended up coming loose. But at the end of the day, it's me, my fault.
Now, how do you get when you're in that position? So some guys, they'll make mistakes, and they'll be like, well, who cares? Do you apologize? Are you empathetic?
I did to him. That was completely on me. And at the end of the day, I tightened it, and he went through the field, and I think ended up 7th or 8th still.
So at that point, did that make you really, I don't know, maybe up your ante on the game? Because you're like, okay, I can't lose this combo. Because you're seeing the combo succeed better than anything you've described really so far.
What was so impressive was, when he come into the trailer, he should have come out and told me I was a dumb motherfucker because I left a fuel line, and he's just like, hey man, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's what it is. Yeah, I just cost you a high limit race, but he was just so cool about it. It's just unbelievable. So then he's like, then we come up with the idea, let's go to Texas for the 2-day there, and we decided to do that. And we went down there, and we'd never been there either, and ran 3rd the first night, 5th the last night. And
how much were you changing on the car? It's saying there is something out there that's true. Like if you can get just a package that works and has well-run speed, you kind of just take that package around and tweak as you go in a way. Is that pretty much what you're doing?
You had to use quite a bit of different at Lucas Oil, but I-70, Texas, Charlotte, that was all the same stuff.
Right, and you're just making tweaks as you go?
Yep. So then we get done with Texas, and we're sitting in the trailer, and he goes, "I want to race next year with you." I was like, "Yeah, it'd be fun," but I said, I'm a 30, 40 year guy. I got a business and 2 kids and 4 grandkids, and
you're out here in Rapid
and
City.
I'm not fucking rich, you know what I mean? And I just says, I said, but tell me at that time that there's about 3 teams open I knew about, and I said, just tell me which one you want, and I'll go talk to them and get you whatever ride, I'll sell you.
Right.
And whether he remembers this or not, I remember him. His dad was standing there, and he's like, "I'd rather run 40 for you than 100 for them."
Really?
And I was just like, "Well, you're stupid."
Right.
But okay. But his dad, and Randy's like, "Well, I don't know why," And I said, "Well, we'll see what we can do." I said, "Just let's think about this." And he says, "Let's go to Charlotte." I said, "Okay." So we decided Charlotte to work with his midget schedule, and
how fucking long is? I didn't mean because how long is a drive from here to Charlotte?
Marty did it. Marty did it.
What? How long
He
is
let
the
me
drive
fly
from
in.
here to Charlotte? 34 hours.
Yeah. So we.
Wow. I'm just saying. That's
funny
not
story there.
close.
Marty's back. Ever since he's went to NASCAR and all that, he comes back 1 week a year and spends with my dad. Every November. So he's like, "Hey, are you driving all these?" And I said, "Yeah, me and Chad." He's like, "I tell you what, fly me in. I'll drive your rig to Charlotte and back, so you can actually fly in and enjoy one of these races."
Right.
And he did that, and so I fly in. We go there and we end up 4th in the final, and we timed in great, ran great the whole weekend. And the night we sat in Suburban, I just told him at Texas, let's sit on this and make sure this is what everybody wants to do, right? Because it's a hell of a commitment for me, but it's life-changing for him either way.
Well,
right?
and somewhat life-changing, I think, for the team. This Liebig lineage.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, all these combos never really hit like this. He's obviously not up in age and about to have kids and want to quit and not send the car in the corner is hard. Because that seems to be a deterring factor as people get in their 20s and start 26 and 8 family and second guessing entering the corner in these things. That's how you lose races. It just seemed like this was the best combo driver with you that you had ever.
Yeah, no, we sat in the rental car there at Charlotte, and I said, "Okay, I think I can put a 80, 85 race schedule together," but his dad's able to leverage some sponsors through his trucking company. I said, "I need some sponsor help for this, and then I'll get this rounded up. I'll do this, and this is, I want you to move to Rapid because I want you to work on the cars. I want you to be there with us. I mean, you got to be involved." And he agreed to all of it. So we went to Florida.
Hold on. So right now, so that agreed that happened.
Yeah.
He moved out to BFE, Rapid City, South Dakota.
He did. The first time he drove out here in the middle of winter without a coat.
Oh my God.
That was comical in its own.
What does it get like out here? Because I've been in like Decorah, Iowa, and it gets, the average high there is -3. But
Yeah,
I've heard over here it's even worse because of the
30,
wind.
20, 30 below with wind.
With how many? What is that? Wind chill?
Yeah, wind chill. He pulls up, beep up. Hey, ooh, it's cold. Where's your coat? Well, I didn't bring one. What?
That's not gonna work. That's not gonna work.
So he come out and
But then the Oklahoma City Thunder ended up winning the NBA championship.
Oh,
so
yeah,
I guess.
don't bring that up.
What do you mean? SGA, man. SGA.
He already said that twice yesterday.
SGA. It's all aligning. Why is Oklahoma City taking over the world right now of sports? I mean, I know the Garth Brooks theory.
Technically, he lives in Rapid City, so he's actually a Rapid Cityan now. So
He is a South Dakota
That's
resident.
right. I mean, whatever.
Oh my God! Does he have a license that says South Dakota?
Well, no.
He says no.
They suspend it for all the speeding tickets he gets.
Oh, okay. Wow. Does he get treated like a little celebrity in this town?
Certain parts.
I was just surprised at a random bar. People even knew that the team, it's just you get into regular cities and people just That's been my argument. I think that, instead of the sport chasing sponsors to try to get money, they should be chasing fans and expansion. That's where your real money's at, because the sport's amazing. The visual entertainment that we're able to provide is just, as far as, it's second to none.
Rapids is just very happy that something.
It has a racing history. Like, it's huge here.
Everybody's just, even guys that didn't like me, I think are just glad that we're doing good, right? I mean,
right. Because it's like Team Rapid Cities out there racing.
That's right. Yep.
So it seems like a really big deal to a bunch of people.
And he's a hard kid not to like.
Okay.
I mean, he don't know what morning is, but I mean, other than that, he does pretty good.
Right. What was that earlier about a daughter? No, I'm just playing. No. Oh my God. Now his face matches his hair. They're red. Wow. No, I'm just playing. So then that starts this year. He moved here in the winter.
Yep.
I don't know why.
We get Marty hired. My dad passed away January 10th, but he before that he talked Marty into coming to work for us full time again.
Okay.
And
has he been good? Because that's a big deal. Like, you look at these pro teams, once again, the crew chief can stay around, but the car chief role, I guess, the guy right below him that is putting stuff together right, and if you tell him to twist this, twist that, he knows and what's going on. That's a big role as well, because you've noticed over the years in these bigger teams that they lose just a car chief or something, it can make a huge difference to try to fill that role.
No, Marty's as big a part of this team as anybody. He takes care of all the stuff. What's great about him is that, he was with me before with Aaron. He just, we never have that doubt like what I'm doing ain't right. I mean, they believe in what I'm doing. I know when I tell them to do something, it's done right. It's a good I can't even
It's all
explain
synced.
It's right. And we have Dickie that helps us, and Ben was with us all summer, Ben Morris. He was
That's an Australian.
Too. Yeah.
Oh, no.
He was our tire guy. He was unbelievable.
I thought he was going to say you're a professional drinker.
No, they don't get to drink much around me.
Oh, my.
I'm not a drinker, so
they're on the tightrope.
That's right.
Wow.
That's right.
So it's like,
they got to do a little bit at Knoxville, but that's about it.
Even before or after? So you're saying after the races, it's like no drinking, tight ship.
Yeah,
if you want to drink, get the car into the trailer, get back to the shop, and then once you leave the shop, then you can drink.
Saturday night, I gave all of them a free pass, but
all of them a free pass.
I went back
except Ryan. He's only 18.
Well, I don't know what he was doing.
He had chocolate milk.
Yeah.
Directly from David Gravel, right?
But it
hand delivered.
I went and sat at my camper by myself, and they all went out, and is what it is.
And you don't know. You don't know if underage people were drinking or not.
I can't confirm or deny it.
Oh my God! Wow, you can't. Well,
I wasn't around.
No guilt. No admission of illegal activities on the show.
I know nobody answered their phone too early.
Wow.
And I was getting "I love you" texts at 4 a.m. So
Wow, that's different. That's different. Wow, that's different. So now you're here. You got checks, trophies. Is this car racing anymore? I mean, it's a championship car. Your car chief saying
Marty
no.
and Ryan don't.
So is it like earlier when somebody says no, that means all right, motherfucker,
no,
we'll show you.
I don't know. I'd keep running, but I was gonna take it to port for the Tusky, but we'll probably keep it the way it is. Take the motor out and.
You could give it, put it in the
what's
museum
a really funny
or something.
story about
Hall of Fame.
What's a really funny story is 2 weeks ago. I mean, we were down on motors because we'd screwed some up, and I mean, honestly, going into Knoxville, that was our last motor. I mean, that was it.
In the trailer.
That was it.
If it went, y'all are out.
Cressman let us use his brand new one at one he built at Huset's the night he run over the lap car, and
at least he says it right.
Did I say that out loud? Anyways,
said it correctly.
And then at Oski, actually, Matt Jewell loaned me his motor.
Wow.
Because we were trying to save
the Knoxville motor.
And then Scott Bennick had brought down. They got one of mine rebuilt, and Bennick brought it down to me Thursday at the Nationals. So we finally had a spare motor. But I mean, there was a week before that Randy was calling Todd, calling everybody new, trying to see if but nobody wants to loan. I mean, I get it. Nobody wants to loan motors.
Right. And so then now, after all this going forward, new car? I guess that's going on the track.
That's a car he wrecked in hot laps at Eldora we got fixed.
Okay.
And we ran it at Jackson, and that was the one at Huset's when he ran over the lap car. And we'll race that this weekend.
Okay.
Night with the motor we got back, fresh motor.
Well, I did notice by talking to a lot of people last night and the night before that Jackson is a big deal to people in Rapid City.
Absolutely.
It seems like over the years it's kind of tapered off its importance to the national scene, but it's like it's a crown jewel to people in this region.
To me, to me, I know people whatever.
But you know what I mean? Like it's not even an outlaw race this year, for instance.
The High Bank.
The finale is not. So.
The High Bank, Knoxville, and Jackson Nationals are what mean everything to me. I'm not taking nothing away from the Kings or the Husky, but for me growing up here, the Jackson Nationals, Black Hills Speedway Nationals, the Knoxville Nationals, and Huset's, and before the High Banks, Huset's used to have just end of the year big show called Cheaters Day, really, and that growing up, them were the crown jewels to us. Nothing against anybody else, but so they're important to me. I want to win Jackson Nationals. I know it's IRA and whatever, but they're still great guys.
Well, the Saturday is an outlaw race, right? It's like a 3-day.
This Saturday is an outlaw race at Jackson, and then Sunday's Huset's. But the Jackson Nationals are actually at the end of the year, and there'll be like a co-sanction with NOSA, IRA, and a bunch of them.
Okay.
But we're definitely going there. That's why I support Jackson. I mean, everything Todd does at Jackson Huset's is unbelievable. I mean, it's. I'm telling you, no matter what people think, he's spending way more than he's ever going to make.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's
he's
just he
definitely
does
the biggest fan in the sport.
Absolutely.
And he speaks with the funding of the scenarios.
Yep. Yeah, no, it's but them. I mean, I love Huset's. I love Jackson. I love Knoxville. I mean, them are the. I mean, I've been to Grand Forks once in my life. That was a year ago.
Right.
I went to Fargo when it was a half mile. But, as we branch out, hopefully we can go to Tusky. That's a pretty awesome race. And hopefully we can turn some heads there too,
So that's like the next big race on y'all's schedule.
Yep. Well, they got the Huset's. There's 3 days at Huset's that are 2 of them, Bull Haulers Brawl before
that's right.
that.
It's Outlaw Show, I believe.
We hope to, we ran 7th at the High Bank, and neither one of us are happy with that. So hopefully we can make up for that in the Bull Haulers.
Right, right. It's like that new, I think it's Labor Day weekend.
Yep.
They're doing that.
Yep.
And then Tuscarora, how are you feeling about that? You don't have much experience out there at Port, do you?
I've never been there. I think he's raced there maybe once or twice, but
PA is a little different. I mean,
we'll see.
It's a little different. They got their locals in a pretty good abundant amount that know how to get around. So,
like I said, we went to I-70, never been there.
Right.
We went to Lucas Oil, I'd never been there. Went to Charlotte, never been there. Went to Texas, never been there, ran good. We went to Florida, never been there, ran good. We went to California and got our asses kicked.
yeah.
I mean, we got stomped and got that beat up that bad since the 9th grade.
California's tough, man. California's tough. They don't mess around.
But part of me wants to go back because I think we're way better now than we were at that point, but.
No, the West Coast, Skagit's 100K a couple weeks. But that's the same weekend as Houston. So Houston Skagit thing is very weird.
Yeah.
And it's got, in my opinion, streaming alliances with Flow being a Skagit track. And in my opinion, all the battles, High Limit Outlaws, all this stuff is just streaming wars, the streaming battles. Those are the biggest entities making the biggest money, I think. They're both big guys. Rudine's got money. He loves the racing, and they're building their things. And
there's really no one that gives back to the sport more than Kevin Rudine. I don't personally know him,
right?
But man, there's a guy that just supports whatever, right? And is a good guy and gives his employees, his drivers, tools to win. He gives, he does Skagit first class. Everything over the years I've seen him. I remember back when Shane Stewart ran for him. Rob Hart was a mechanic. He's always gave everybody. He seems like a great guy.
Well, it's unfortunate that 2 guys that are sort of similar are in this weekend battle because especially for a team like you, a lot of people say, well, Oh, they're all the way over in South Dakota. They're all the way over there in, Skagit. I mean, for you, you're not close to Skagit, but you're not stupid crazy far like someone from Indiana or something.
You know,
They got some big paying races. If you'll go to Tusky, isn't Skagit closer than Tusky? I would think it's probably closer.
I don't even know.
It's a toss-up. It's a flip of the coin, but for 100K, they got 2 races that pay big money. It's kind of messed up that the 2 powerhouses can't work along. Yeah.
No, I don't know why they can't figure. I've been around so long. I was here for USA versus the Outlaws. I was here with Brownfield against the Outlaws. All I would say is that High Limit's got some really good officials and really good people around it, right? I mean, but I really don't understand the big fight. And I don't understand. Listen to me, I seen Steve Kenzer and Sammy Swindell and Dave Blaney leave to go with the USA versus the Outlaws, and the Outlaws still survived. They were 3 of the best ever, right?
Right.
I mean, and really, if they lose,
the Kyle effect is real.
I know, but if Kyle loses interest, what is High Limit?
Right.
But I just don't know why they can't figure it out. The World of Outlaws are the World of Outlaws. To me, but I'm old. They've been around forever, and I always dreamed of winning a World of Outlaw race. Not that it ain't an accomplishment to win a High Limit race. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that people dream of winning an outlaw race.
Right.
And
then High Limit does some kind of high school things like. It's 100% confirmed. Like at Knoxville, for instance, a lot of people were giving Cody crap because he was bitching. Or we made a funny video, I think, when he had to put a High Limit sticker at the Weichert to even have his qualifying laps count. But hold on, and if you don't do that, then you don't get your It's a part of just the show. And he started noticing how, Kyle wasn't wearing a NOS hat, but they ain't gonna come up and sticker you. They give you a hat to wear when you win their shows. It's a presentation. So apparently, there was a message sent from one of the big wigs. It's not even a wig, funny enough, that to all the High Limit drivers on after Kyle did his deal, to not put on a NOS hat if you finish in the podium, to reject the NOS hat. Well, luckily enough, a person who is a NOS driver told the person at NOS, and then that was a big throwdown. But it's like, if you're projecting to be about the sport, you got to look at some of these corporate entities that are trying to help the most. And if you're just playing little kind of petty games, NOS has probably helped sprint car racing more than anybody at this point.
I think, I don't know Brad from Adam. I don't know Kyle.
There's a lot of politics in it. That's the problem. Politics ruins everything. It's definitely ruining racing a little bit.
I think.
I make fun of it, but.
I think that, first of all, I think they believe they are doing the best for the sport. And that's good. But I don't know how they expect anybody racing your own series and thinking you're ever going to get a fair shot. And even if Brad isn't that way or Kyle isn't that way, we all know Kyle's the greatest whatever. But like Brad, when he gets a good call, everybody's going to be that, it's because he owns it. I don't know how. Even most of it is unfair.
Well, like when
most of it's unfair
when he passed the scales without him getting checked.
Yeah. Most
that
of
was
it,
a big miss.
Yeah,
but
most of it's unfair. But I'm just saying that every racer is never going to trust the system when you're competing against the owner of it. It just don't work. He needs to retire and be a promoter, right?
Pick one.
That's right. And
throw Ryan Timms in the car to lead the series.
No.
No,
but they got great people. They got Brad and Rico and Kyle and Aaron's awesome there. He's going to be a threat. But
it's got to be a sellable asset. I think that's what you're saying.
Yeah,
if Kyle's not there, who are people paying tickets to see?
I just feel like it's creating personally more of a split than there needs to be.
Well, and they always try to reference it to late model racing, but late model racing, they work together. National late model tours only run about 45 races.
Yep.
They're not trying to run 90 every single weekend, you
Yep.
know, so it works together. It's just a completely different system of expectation. And the World of Outlaws, they obviously are acting higher than High Limit. They don't really mention their names on the broadcast, you know, so
I guess I
and I mean, but based on what you're saying, I mean, they kind of should, you know, they are still the 1A home run hitters.
Absolutely. No, I mean that Kyle's done tremendous for our sport, right? And Brad's a great ambassador for sure.
But it's High Limit or it's All Stars with sprinkles. Is
well,
what High Limit is. It's All Stars with sprinkles.
I'd give them way more credit.
Well,
than that.
and like some ginger flavored sprinkles.
I think they're, like I said, they're good. They're all good. I just wish they could figure it out and make it one. I mean,
Oh, so you think it should go away?
I think they should figure out a way to combine them.
I
both
do
together.
think that the element as far as fan base right now is really enjoying it. I think it has created an AFC, NFC kind of deal. And then when you have like Kings Royals and Knoxville's, they're like championship game matches. It's like you have all the weekly stuff that's kind of like, you know, just regionals or like a regular football game or a baseball game or But then when you have these match races, it does kind of seem like those races are now amplified bigger than they ever have to be like must see, you know, because previously, you know, the best of the best were just on the Outlaws, and now it's, you know, Outlaws plus some guys. It almost just created like the posse versus the outlaw flavor across the board now.
But I would say to that is, can a World of Outlaw champion, you know, it's kind of like Knoxville. When you go there and you beat everybody, you know you beat the best of everybody, right?
Right.
If you win the High Limit or if you win the World of Outlaw Championship, you know the other side's going to say it's because we weren't there.
That is the truth.
We weren't there.
And that is the one thing that it is inherited from the late model world. I mean, because that's why what ends up happening, and I've always said this, the one good thing about having that World of Outlaw only at the top is if you're the World of Outlaws champion, you're the best sprint car driver of the year. Whereas in the late model world, you go to win the World 100 to be claimed that, or you go to win the prestigious events to get those names because the championships don't matter as much. Even Dirt Tracker put out a shirt, "Make late model championships great again," because they're really not. Like, it's who wins the big events. Like, y'all's win is almost just as valuable because you were able to beat all of them, and that's how it is.
Yep.
So that is an issue. It does degrade the value of a single championship, which futuristically, I kind of like the split with these championship matches. But then I think at a certain point of the season, you have some style of a top 5 of each side, you know, is now maybe the last 10 races of the schedule of sprint car racing are combined shows, and those guys are in it and they're racing. Or at Charlotte, you have the best 5 on each side line up and reset points and have like an actual sprint car world champion or something. There's different ways of going about it as far as working together, because I do think another influx is we have a lot more 410 fans and teams now that are nationally capable. And when, unlike in the past, when the Outlaws ain't in town, it has hurt local racing, but there's more 410 events happening across the country because they're spreading out when they're racing. So you're getting more fans coming out and watching it and getting used to it. It has killed the local scene a little bit because local racing isn't as must see because you have so many events, but I think there is benefits in it.
Yeah, and like I said, I think they're both doing a good job. They both got really good crews,
Yeah.
for sure. But I just, you know, us older people, you know, who was the 1989 champion in the USA?
Right.
Nobody fucking cares.
Right.
I mean, you know what I mean?
Right.
Why, you know, I mean, just, they need
The
to
championship thing is the issue. Yeah.
you know, just, these guys need to put all their stuff aside and somehow make it, you know what I mean? I know everybody thinks they're doing the right things. I do believe that, you know, and having split and all this stuff, but it's diluting
The importance of a championship.
importance of a championship and racing every night. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Steve Kenzer and Sammy Swindell and Doug Wolfgang raced against the best of the best every night of every night. You know, you got the Outlaws that got 10 great guys, and you got the High Limit that got 10 great guys that are racing against the 10 great guys, not the 20.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's, it's just different. You know, I mean, and it ain't nothing against him or taken away from him, or I mean, it's just it's different. I mean, it's just you know, when Donnie Schatz was winning the Outlaw Championship here a few years ago, he had the best of everybody, right? You know, and I believe David Gravel could do that now. You know, I mean, maybe Brad Sweet could come back and do it.
But the thing is, you're saying it's a belief because now we don't have an answer.
Yeah.
Because of the split.
Yeah, it's just, you know, I mean, like opinions are like assholes. We all got them, right?
Right.
I just don't like. I just wish they could figure out, get along, and you know, it seems like the big fighting's over money and control. And,
I think the streaming companies are the big pullers, actually. And you don't know if they're actually separated. They could be entangled. I mean, Endeavor, which is one of the main investors of Flow, they're one of the main investors or owners of the Real American Beer Company that just sponsored the World of Outlaws. So you have a Flow company technically sponsoring the World of Outlaws.
I can tell you this. We've raced with both of them last year and this year, and they both treat us great. I mean, they make it a pleasure.
Do you notice a difference on the track, competition-wise?
No, format-wise, I mean, and that's a matter of opinion.
Right.
But, no, I mean, Brad Sweet's, what, 3-time champ, 4-time, or 3?
Well, I'm just saying in your race nights, did you feel
awesome.
like it struggled? It's harder getting that top 5, for instance.
I thought it was hard with either of them, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I thought that, you know, you got great guys on both sides.
Some of them don't have the outlaw names. They're not Jack's kid, and it's not David Gravel, and it's not Donnie, and it's not Shoehearts.
Oh, Shoehart. I mean,
but you're just saying there's high limit guys that may not have that flash name, but
right.
they're just as strong. Just like look at y'all.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, it's fun for us to go to them places and try to beat all the names, right? I mean,
right.
But it'd be funner, just like at Knoxville, where all the names are there. You know.
Well, and you don't have to worry about it now,
No,
right? I mean,
no.
you can claim this forever.
Yeah.
I did say this to Ryan. This is like the one win out of all of them that kind of sticks.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, King's Roll, who won it? And it's only less than a month away, or prior. I mean, who won the King's Roll?
Macri.
There you go, King Macri right on top. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You know, it's like King's Roll has some stick, but Knoxville Nationals is like one of those wins where years or two can go by and it's like, yeah, Craig Kinzer won it. You know, it's like it's one that stays.
Yeah. Well, what was special about that was, of course, it was his first outlaw win and my first outlaw win. So, and it was the Knoxville Nationals. So,
right.
That was kind of neat, or you know, I don't know. But
anyway, speaking of opinions and assholes, Ryan, do you want to come over? We have to vet you now. Is there anything that he said that was a lie, or?
No, kind of pretty true.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
You're not. You're sure?
Yeah.
You're wearing the
Maybe.
Steve Kinzer shirt from like 2001. What's wrong with you?
This was one of my few clean shirts left. So.
Okay. Good. That's it?
Yeah. Yeah. No, I might have sugar-coated some a little bit.
What do you mean sugar coated?
Like, keep it family friendly.
Oh, with language? Does he
Yeah.
do you have any, do we need to have a Dr. Phil moment right now? Does
No, I
he
think-
abuse you physically?
No, just
Is that why your hair looks like that?
emotional.
He already popped you this morning?
It always looks like this.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's always just the
Just
morning.
rolled out of bed. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. The Emerson look, the Emerson Axum look, yeah. Is that what everybody tries to look like, Emerson Axum?
Yeah, maybe all the teenage boys. Yeah.
The teenage boys? Aren't you still 18?
Yeah, that's what I'm putting me in my.
Oh,
in that
really?
category.
Oh,
I mean,
see.
it's a little bit of a trend, hairstyle, whatever.
How do you deal with this? What do you mean?
I'm very easy to deal with, really.
So are you mad that we interviewed him instead of you?
No. I enjoyed listening to it.
Are you like listening to the same things in your own interviews over and over and over? Does that get tiresome?
Like the same questions, maybe.
Right.
I feel like I've answered the same question a bunch, but
Yeah, it's like when I hear, how'd you get started in racing? I'm tired of answering this question.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm not saying that's how I did you, but I mean, it's like nobody really knows some in-depthness,
Mm-hmm.
but you probably get tired of answering the same question.
Yeah. I think it's cool though for people to hear the story on how get to where we're at and how it all happened.
Right. It'd be nice if there was just one source that reached them all. And
Yeah.
this is how corporate media begins.
Yep.
One source, everybody else is left behind.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Not going to NASCAR still, right?
I don't plan on it.
Wait, now you don't plan on it.
I don't plan on it.
But you don't, do you want to?
No.
No, okay, good. You know, actually, when he was 16, he wanted to go F1. Remember that interview?
I said F1 would be
That's where he wanted.
Yeah.
And then God heard him say that and said, "Oh, really? New tires, bam. Let's slap him back into humbleness."
Yeah.
Why are you laughing? That's what happened,
Well,
right?
yeah, maybe. Yeah.
He's too tall for F1.
He's too tall for F1. Oh my God. Well, I mean, maybe we can make the cars safer. I don't know if you watched my video about that. I still think they should change them.
I don't know
At least give
anything
some
about
cockpit
F1.
room.
Yeah. Not very well informed on F1, so I can comment on all that.
I was talking about these cars.
Oh.
I was talking about sprint
I
cars.
see.
I think there needs to be some safety innovations. People can talk about seats or whatever, but there's just no room in the cars for when things go wrong for anyone to, you know, that's one of the reasons we are like, I would have loved to see like Jade Avedisian, who came up really badass, but she don't want to, she sees what's happening. She don't want to get hurt, you know, and it's, I had a real good comment on that video. The guy's like, we come to see these racers, not the cars. Fucking fix them, you know?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, the seats are too big now to even fit in the cars. You know, it's like,
Yeah.
there needs to be, I think if sprint car racing is going to get bigger, they need to be some innovation in that department so you're not as scared as you are already.
I honestly feel like they're pretty safe.
I feel like you close your eyes a lot
No,
behind the wheel.
Not much. Maybe if I flip, I'll close my eyes.
Oh, I was just talking about like racing.
No.
That's what he was saying earlier before you got here.
Oh, yeah.
He's,
He closed his eyes in hot laps at Eldora,
Yeah, I did.
oh my God.
obviously.
Well, you're a little
I
skinny.
took some tips from Shane, you know, make it through the first corner. I was gonna win, but
Right. Well, but that was my only complaint, and it's been my complaint for years. Is there needs to be, and people like some upgrades to the car. People always say like, "Oh, we don't need to be NASCAR." It's like NASCAR's on Gen 10. We're on Gen 1 after the down tubes. They really haven't changed out.
They are a ton safer than they were.
But isn't that because of the seat and the helmets and the Hans and everything else but the
Absolutely.
car?
I mean,
the
our
car
helmets-
hasn't developed at all.
Our helmets used to be 10 pounds. These guys don't have
Right.
a 2-pound one now anymore.
Right. Well, and that was my point. They're safer not because of the car.
Yeah.
The dimensions haven't changed. I mean, I don't know how much you could change them without destroying the but I mean, how much would 4 inches width help, or 4 inches one way and the other? I mean, you're not going to notice much of a difference. We already have the fuel cell on the impact point of the vehicle. That's psychotic. I mean, but I mean, you see Chase Johnson's and these other people too, like Courtney's and what you saw at Knoxville. It's like just a little innovation in the safety department outside of just seats and helmets could do a lot. You know, I think. What do you think about that? You're old school, Shane. So you're probably like, screw it. This guy's a freaking liberal.
I get it.
But
we all got, yeah, I mean, it's easy. All of us got ideals, you know, but do
you have any ideas on the safety?
I think the accidents you're talking about are freak deals. I mean, I was there for the Eldora deal with Courtney, and I mean, when you get just blasted like he did, I don't know if 4 inches of cockpit would have helped.
What about Whittle?
I didn't
What about
actually
Chase
see that.
Johnson? That's on a quarter mile.
Chase Johnson's was a freak deal. I mean, a
but
freak
that's
deal.
the freak deal with these spines is not really freak.
But you know, like what we did, like Donnie had told me, you know, we went to a 2.5 inch thick Sharply built us seat cushion, where like we used to, or some of these guys have no cushion or a 1/2 inch one. That'll absorb a lot of that. Just little innovations like that, I think you could still do with the seats and stuff without changing, you know, the world.
Well, I know, like Australia has certain innovations where all the chassis have to be different as well. There has to be certain head clearance, certain
I don't think there's
underbody
nothing wrong with
clearance,
that.
but they don't implement those same things here. They
You know,
just,
but back in the old days, they used to use thin tubing, and no matter the down tubes on them or not, you'd get hurt.
why are the rear ends snapping?
Well, they made
They're
a
gonna
rule for
change
that
the
too.
rule, yeah.
We broke one. I mean, we're changing rear ends out now every 11 races because of it. But that's what happened to Caleb Johnson. Man, but they're changing it to make it better. You know, all of us are going lighter, 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 less spinning weight, less rotating weight. Well,
You don't think a little room in the cars could help?
I really don't. I really don't, because when you get impacted inside, like, you know, one time I got impacted in the side, and the bumper went through the side of the car, and basically broke my lower, or, you know, pushed my lower leg around the torque tube. Well, it wouldn't have mattered if there was another 10 inches of room. And that's what I believe happened.
Well, they
to
put
Tony.
the loop on that. Yeah,
Tony,
That's
you know.
the loop's because of Tony.
But the bottom line is the torque tube didn't move because of my loop, and that's what wrapped my leg around the torque tube, you know.
Right.
Where if that loop wouldn't have been there, it would have ripped the driveline out anyways, you know. But it's just, I don't know.
I just think you need some kind of crush radius, and there is no crush radius on the cars.
That's fair enough. I mean,
And then the fuel cells, we could go down that rabbit hole, but that's a rabbit hole.
yeah.
I mean, you got, like, once again, a fuel cell on the impact point of a vehicle, and none of them, from my understanding, are SFI certified.
I don't know.
The only one that's, I believe it's FIA certified, is like an ATL. It's like, and it's like the most expensive one. No one buys it.
Yep.
So it's kind of crazy how much it's not worried about. But everybody says sorry and, oh, we hope it gets better, but they don't ever do nothing to change it. You know, old school guys, they love it though. This is the thrill.
I say it kind of makes it's hard because you don't want to see anyone get hurt, but that's what makes it so.
Well, I feel like even if you put 4 inches on the shit and give them a little crush radius, you're still going to get people fucked up. It's just going to give a little less of an opportunity to really get fucked up. You know, now we're cussing. Now he's yawning. You okay?
Just thinking.
What was you thinking? You want to hit me because I want him to be
No,
safer or
I
something?
was looking at the car, trying to figure out how
How to make them safer.
to make it safer.
There's ways. There's ways. I still think it has to do with dimensions. You know, they used to, the older sprint cars, they had a 90 inch, 90/30 car. If you ever looked at those, they're 90/30. They call them 90/30s, but they're 90-inch wheelbase.
I owned one.
Oh, you did? So then you know what I mean.
I've owned I've owned an 85.
85. How does the 85 work? That's got to kill people.
I coil over.
Oh my
Like
God.
I actually raced a
85.
coil over Maxim in the day.
Wow.
Yeah.
But see, the 90s.
But see, stuff has changed. You had reverse 29-inch bar, reverse tube front, reverse tube rear. Then they went to a 30-inch reverse tube rear standard front. Then they went to coil over cars for a while in the early to mid 93 through about 96. And then you went to 87-inch cars were actually an 86 with the front end switch forward. Then they went to 80.
You can get on your phone while he talks. It's
89, 90s. And the motor setback from a 39 to a 40 to 41. Them 90-inch cars you're talking about were a 43-inch motor setback.
okay.
I mean, there's been all kinds of innovation. I remember when Sammy had an independent front suspension. And everybody's tried everything, right? I mean, Kenny Woodruff with the Casey Loon car had stacked tube cars where the torsion bars were straight up and down above each other, and then straight up and down at a 45-degree angle. I mean, just.
Well, it seems like once a few guys got winning well and people started making speed shops to profiteer off what they're using, that's when innovation went away, and also using different things.
Yeah.
Kind of putting everybody in the box and then making them work from there.
Yeah. Well, you can definitely buy everything today versus what we used to have to build. If we wanted holes in the front arm, we used to have to drill them in the drill press.
Right.
Wasn't CNC machines that popped them out.
Well, but see, now, once again, that's where, you could buy speed, but the ones in that 2%, 1% at the top are making it still today.
Yep.
It's just not as everything. It's a little less work, I would assume.
It's a lot nicer stuff now for us to use to make stuff nicer, right?
Okay. You want to give any shout outs? Guess we're done with you. You're horrible. Look how sad Ryan is. Why? Oh, God.
I haven't even yelled at him yet today.
Not yet? Really? Because he's awake? Wow. Does he usually not get up this early?
Not usually.
What time is it? It's 2. It is
Usually
2.
I got to call him by 3 to come mop the trailer.
Wow. He has you on mopping duty. He mops? What does he all do? That's one woman's job. Is there 2?
He mounts tires. He mops.
Cuts wood. He's a wood
When he shows
chopper.
up too late, he cuts wood.
That's a punishment?
Yep.
Wow. They're going old school Rocky.
He learned that like second day.
Yeah.
He did that for about
how
6
is
hours.
chopping wood? Is it an art? Have you got good at it?
I actually, I'm fine with chopping wood if I get an extra 2 hours of sleep.
Oh my god. Horrible.
No, it's been great.
Does it
that
help
one.
with the upper body? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably strengthening.
Yeah.
Because that used to be a deal, like hammering like nails in railroads and chopping woods, like a upper body thing.
Mine wasn't.
Oh. Oh.
I try to make him watch Rocky 4. He gets it,
Yes.
but he
Wow.
ain't in the barn doing the sit-ups, but he does do the Mr. Miyagi wax on, wax off.
Really? On what? The car or the hauler?
Trailer floor. Wax
Wow.
on, wax off.
Wow. It's like military boot camp stuff.
Sometimes
It's
tough.
it's old school teams with old school techniques.
Sometimes being Shane's driver is tough.
Wow. Wow. But this is also like that machine, the special stuff.
That's right.
You're specially machining the driver.
Yep.
Mentally.
Build mentality.
Mentally. Okay. Anyone you want to shout out? No? You don't even know what that means.
I
does he?
appreciate that.
I mean, we're all the way out here.
Talk to us. I appreciate you.
We're going to the
Giving
West
us
Coast. Is anyone to say hi to for Shane?
Ain't no one else alive that I know out there.
Oh my! You don't have any lost children out there?
Not that I
Ex-girlfriends
know
from
of.
the trailer?
Not that I know of. It was enough 30 years ago, so it's good. I'm pretty safe now.
Oh yeah. Okay. That's it, I guess. Is it okay? Was it all right?
Yeah.
You sure?
I thought.
Okay. They probably couldn't hear us. They're like 20 feet away. Oh no.
He was cracking up.
And you've had this nice shot forever, right? This is like
Yeah,
this is
right.
how you live.
Right.
When did you get this?
I built it. Me and my son and another kid built it 5 years ago.
And then is that an actual sprint car?
Yeah, my dad.
Is the other side on the other side?
The other side's at the Hall of Fame.
Oh, really?
My dad cut it in half, and my dad built that for me when I moved in here. And then he has the other one down at the Hall of Fame, and they take it to like grocery stores and stuff, and kids can get pictures.
Nice.
Sitting in
So it's
it.
like a half cut for a wall display.
Yep, yep.
That is nice. And
Oh.
now it's all Ryan Timms winners here. Is that all the only wins you have? Is Ryan Timms wins?
No.
Oh.
He made me take down the other ones.
Oh. Is that a request?
No, the one stayed up there, and then we got so many that there was
No.
more room.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Make room.
That makes
But
sense.
we're gonna
Add more.
Thinks he's special now. You know, Knoxville winners.
The world's telling him he
He
is.
thinks he's special.
See, this is
now.
why I don't blame Kyle. They've been telling him that since 6 years old. Imagine if that happened to him for 30 years. Imagine that.
Imagine winning the Knoxville Nationals and he don't even get the trophy.
That is what you said is happening. He don't get. Do you get a picture?
give us 2. I think I get 1.
2 trophies.
No, the deal is I
You're
get
not-
the trophy, so I got.
But
2
you have
trophies.
2.
I have 2. I have 2 trophies. You
Does
don't
he
have
even
any.
get the winner's check or anything?
No.
What?
I made him give me the Hoosier neck man.
Oh my God.
Every now and again, I get to keep a bag of popcorn.
Oh, the bag of popcorn.
Yeah.
The empty
He ate
chicken
my
tender.
first one.
Yeah. That's it. You're serious.
Yeah.
He's not. What does he get? What does he get to
I told him-
commemorate the victory? How about that?
He gets to read his name. He gets to read his name in the book or something.
Oh, he's got a little pylon.
they'll forget
the
it.
pylon with his face on
He'll
it.
forget about me in another year or 2, and then he'll be a superstar. And
That's true.
I'll be sitting in that chair like, I remember when.
So you'll get to visit your trophy every year.
I told
at
him when he
Knoxville.
turns 30, I'll give it to him. Because by then
Wow.
I'll be so old, I'll be about dead anyway. So who cares?
Wow. Is he shitting you or is he serious? He's serious. Oh, look, oh my God. No, he's fucking serious. How do you feel it? Oh my God.
When he turns 30, I'm gonna give him all the trophies back, and I might give him this car.
So you don't get. Do you at least?
But if I have a-
it's your steering wheel, right? I mean, okay. So you
He
kind of
ain't even
keep.
getting that.
What? Have you confiscated everything?
Absolutely.
Does he have the helmet? No. Okay. So you.
I got the key to the trailer though.
Oh my God! Is that where it's at? Wow. Wow. Y'all are laughing about this. This is degrading.
I think
Is this an embarrassment ritual from the Illuminati?
I'll get this.
No, you won't.
Oh my God. Have you been telling people on the radio this? That he's not giving you a trophy and all that? You could make a rebellion, like they'll make a Facebook page. Give him the trophy.
I'm a trophy. I'm a
Protest.
trophy hunter.
Yeah, they'll
I told him when
protest.
we started this is for the trophy. I'm the trophy hunter, so
Well, what is he?
you get a
The
choice.
deer feeder?
You can either I keep all the money and you can have the trophy, or you get half it and
So
I keep the
you got
trophy.
all the money then?
No,
I get a little.
What's the trade-off
he
here?
gets 40%, and then after my deductions, he gets about 20% of that. Then after my management fee, he gets 10% of that.
This is how
So
this.
you know,
He
Kinda-
basically gets $500 a week.
And then he has to chop wood.
That's right.
So that's the hourly wage here in South Dakota,
And
Rapid City.
I make him buy us dinner once a week. So,
Wow. Where's the best dinner in Rapid City?
well, with him, it's like McDonald's, but
Yeah. That no one should ever put in their body. Continue. Where's
Yeah.
the best dinner in Rapid City? What is it? If people ever come through,
Texas
and,
Roadhouse.
well, they can hit those everywhere else. Y'all have something unique.
neighbors.
Neighbors.
Dakota Steakhouse is good too.
JR's barbecue.
Yeah, JR's.
JR's
definitely.
barbecue.
It's right over here.
Okay.
No, it's really good.
It's
That's insane. Nothing.
been on.
He's putting on a show. Wow. Oh, look,
Just
the
for
car
this
chief is not believing this. This is. Did you not hear it earlier? He's like, "Oh, you think you're getting a trophy, motherfucker? Watch this shit. Watch this shit." Now you have a vendetta.
I got a bowling trophy you can have. Other than that,
No, a bowling trophy that he can hear. Oh my God. So you can have so he can have a bowling trophy as like collateral.
that's right.
Yeah.
I said we'll trade this off when you turn 30.
30. So you're trying to make sure he stays with the team, so he's like in the good graces.
No,
Till he's 30.
no,
Wait.
No.
I can't.
You don't care if you get a trophy then?
I mean,
Not
I'll
really?
eventually.
By
have
30, he'll appreciate
It.
it.
Yeah, I'll eventually have it. It's not the end.
He'll forget it somewhere if I give it to him now.
If it was to be if he was to steal it ever, who's in trouble then? If you were to ever steal it, whose property is it? I mean, it's
we have
your
a tracker on this phone.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah, that's right. He ain't getting too far.
Wow.
When I look at it at 10 o'clock at night and he ain't in bed, he's in trouble.
So it's like the Grizzlies and the Mountain Lions. Tag them and track them.
That's right.
Wow.
That's right. Yep.
Wow.
And if I can't get a hold of him, I just call Big Randy, and Randy hunts him down.
Why are you agreeing to this like it's
Well,
all
he
fine?
He doesn't have a tracker.
You know, this is
My dad does have a tracker.
You're 18. This is federally
That's
illegal.
That's what I said.
I mean, the NSA is
They don't-
legal.
yeah.
They're just people.
They don't give me two.
Okay.
It's
He knows what to say.
He knows what to say. Well, it is South Dakota. They got big caliber out here.
Where
Goes a
wears
long
all
way.
these clothes, because if he don't say the right thing, he gets beat.
Wow. Oh my God. We did not condone this. The things coming out of his mouth. Help. Oh my God. Okay. I guess that's it. We learned the truth. Chicken nuggets, and that's it. That's the. Even though they're like not chicken nuggets. I don't want to get into a
chicken
McDonald's rant
nuggets
if that's
and-
what you actually do eat.
And nerd clusters.
Herd clusters, the little ones, those are very
Those are
addictive
good.
substances.
Yeah,
I'll call them
Yes.
substances because that's what they are. They're
very,
drugs.
Very yummy.
People getting diabetes as kids.
I have it.
I know, you're diabetic. That's horrible.
Yeah,
Thanks, man.
they're awesome.
Modern medicine saving your thirst. In Jesus. Oh, God. Okay. Is that it? Are we done?
Yeah, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it.
Okay.
Really.
Yeah, this could
I
be
know
my
you
last.
catch a lot of shit. You're great.
I mean, this could be my last interview. I am going to the West Coast wearing Husit's attire. I'll be the one. I'll be like the honey in the beehive. You know,
Yeah.
it's all high limit Larson territory, and I'm walking in there.
Do they not?
I'm trying to do a deal. I'm trying to convince Taylor to find a very attractive woman and send her out there and get like a custom Husitz bikini outfit to do the bikini contest that's $5,000 to win. That would be the greatest uproar in the history of sprint car race. Caitlin Larson runs that event.
Is that really that big a riff right now
What?
between?
Oh, it's very huge, yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
It's very serious. And it's all over me, I guess. Me and Cody are the reason they're wrecking each other. Kyle's actually that petty. That's what he apparently said in the trailer as to why I was running him dirty on the track, is because Cody's been saying nasty things about our series and unprofessional, and obviously all those things were with me. So that's how they are.
Well, to be fair to them, Mike and them guys run a good ship.
Yep. Well, I've had Kevin Nouse on my show, so that's questionable. But
Yeah. I mean, for us, they always have, but so does Carlton and everybody else.
everybody makes mistakes. We do have to eliminate the gray area. How do you feel about, one last question, how do you feel about, if you notice, the Madsen-Macri deal, for instance? Did you hear about that?
I believe Macri was on the opening lap,
Okay.
and that's how I always interpreted the rule.
Okay.
Opening lap, you go the back. The other one, he blended in, which we had that happen at Husitz 2 weeks ago.
Okay. So you believe both calls are right, just people are seeing
they got it
things
right.
happen and they don't understand it.
No matter, I think when
I didn't speak on it yet or anything. So.
I think whatever side of the fence you're on is what you think of it, right? If you're the guy that run over or Matson, you're mad. Right?
Well,
and
and not to be frank about it, but if weight on the front of the car is illegal and the tech guy catches it and we DQ a car, and 3 weeks later, one of your hitter names is caught with the weight on the front of the car, and then the people running the show say, "Oh, it's okay now." That's not right either.
no, I didn't even hear about that.
Oh,
so I
well,
guess
listen, you should listen to our Kevin Nouse interview, the former high limit tech director. Really informative how things are conducted.
Yeah.
But they got to survive somehow. Once again, without Kyle, they only got like 2 other guys that really draw fans.
Yeah.
Nationally. Now you can go to PA and Marks or whatever. Or you can go into these hotbed areas where there's already fans. Like California's going to show up because it's California, and
I'll tell you,
people.
Personally, I don't think there's as much of that shit going on as. I mean, we don't see it.
Right.
I'm not saying there ain't or whatever. But
Right. It's an interesting time with the split. There are things being pulled for business purposes more than fair and honest purposes. That's the point.
Yeah, maybe.
know.
I mean, both series have always treated us great.
Right.
And I've never seen really anything that I thought was,
Telltale for you.
yeah, I mean that.
Like,
and I used
that
to-
ain't going to
And
fly.
I used to promote. And I mean, sometimes some things are wrong. You got to make a decision, and it ain't always right, right? I mean,
Right.
again, it goes back to Brad and Kyle racing their own series. I think it creates more of an issue that way. I mean, even if it isn't going on, the conspiracies, right?
Well, but the conspiracy still is there with the Outlaws. It's like, oh, well, Todd Queering with Dirt Vision has their boy in there, and Gravel gets special treatment. I mean, like at Charlotte last year, apparently there was a situation where he went to his stall instead of to the scales. They back him up, send him to the scales, and everything's okay. If you're the 10 team and you do that, you go to your pit, it's DQ'd.
I guess I didn't know
Right?
about that
I
one.
mean, so
I didn't know about that one either.
but then the alliances, and this is probably happening on the back ends with their presentative stars. It's a business. These guys are in the business industry, and their stars are what's selling the tickets. You can't DQ Taylor Swift. You can DQ the fucking opening act.
I think some of the, honestly, I think some of the issues are just blown up to be more of an issue than.
Well, when you got people who are spending the money it takes to put these cars on the track, the expectation of being treated fairly should be like number one. Because it don't matter if it's the 10 or the 2 or the 57 or 49, they're all spending the same amount of money to get a fucking car to the racetrack.
True.
And that's millions, technically, if you equate the truck and the operation it takes to operate a year, probably 1.7 with from nothing to go is about 1.7. To be on it with all you got, it's about
not the
700.
10 car, but definitely the big teams.
Well, but regardless, I mean, you still got a truck out here that's, you know, in the hundreds of thousands of dollars range, and race car sitting there still is about 120. Then your parts, and I mean, just saying, we're all spending that. The tech area definitely needs to be black and white. And if officials catch somebody, there's no gray. Y'all can be in the gray area, but the people teching need to be black or white on shit. That's all I would say. No matter what number's on the car.
Fair enough. I didn't even hear about half of these deals.
Well, you're busy winning Knoxville Nationals. I mean, look, when you don't worry about the bullshit, you're winning races. When you do, you're getting gang beaten in California next week. You know, I mean, this is the trade-off.
Yeah.
Winners and losers.
Yeah, true. No, I just always try to stay in my own lane and not worry about all that bullshit.
So he said you are going Outlaws. No, or yes.
That is never happening.
Never World Outlaws.
Well, no, I mean just
never.
Next year it ain't happening.
No matter what.
No, next year no.
Hulk Hogan's ghost could show up and say, "Let's go, brother," and you're not doing it. No, he's guessing it now. Buster Douglas could fly in.
I was a little Hulkster.
He didn't know what Buster Douglas was. That's
I was
great,
a little
by the way.
Hulkster, so
There's no way in hell.
No, I ain't going on either series next year, no matter
Well,
what.
he didn't even acknowledge High Limit originally.
No.
And I just made a joke and said, "Oh, where the real men are, he knows." So.
We just try to act. Did someone say something?
Well, it's got to be alluring for a team on y'all's, and this is the deal High Limit's doing right. On you know, a regular team, if you can run up in there and score one of those damn franchisees and get guaranteed hundreds of thousands to just go on the road, that's a big deal for a little team to accomplish.
I'm just not, man, I don't know how that shit really works, and I really don't. We're trying to get better, and I don't give a shit about a franchise. I don't care about whatever. You know, I mean, like them guys that go on the trails because of the tow money. The tow money's important, but that ain't why I'm there.
Right. There's a lot of people who have got used to that lifestyle, and you see them in the pits.
You know, just
there's some teams that are just there collecting a check, and it's not cool.
No, I mean, we're trying to make ourselves better.
Yeah,
and that's why we're racing wherever we want.
So if the 10 ever hits the road, it's coming to fuck them up. Basically, you're not coming to just be a part of the show. You're trying to be in it.
We're trying to
be the show.
We're trying to win.
Right.
We're there to win. I mean.
And that's why you say not next year. You just know what it takes to go in there and whoop David Gravel's ass next year. I mean, and y'all ain't there just yet.
The bottom line is we won one outlaw show.
Right.
I mean, I know
even though it was the biggest and greatest
it was,
and everything.
But I mean, that ain't nothing against him or me or nothing. It's reality, right?
Yeah.
When we can win whenever we show up, then it's a different story, right? And we feel we can get there, but I mean,
it ain't next year.
We're not there yet.
No.
Right? You know.
No, I agree. It's not as easy as it sounds, you know, and he's kind of already experienced this. Let's just go up, and then bam, you know, it goes away a little bit, and you ain't got the consistency.
What got us in position for what just happened was racing weekly at Knoxville.
Yeah,
preparing ourselves, and same at Huset's.
Right,
is preparing ourselves. You know what I mean? And that's what we got to do.
Yeah, like PA swings, they're not fucking easy. You know, so going to Tuskegee is going to be. Are y'all doing anything else on the way out or back or?
No.
Nothing.
Just doing them 4 days or whatever it is, 3 or 4 days.
Okay. I think High Limit has a race at Path Valley on the back end of that. Do they? I think they do. I think that's when they're doing Path.
The bottom line is that it's tough enough with me being business owner being gone that much, so we got to pick and choose and what we got to do, you know.
Well, you can start doing now you got, you know, who knows what's going to happen. You could start just flying around while this guy, you know, Indy cars it down the road.
Yeah, no. You don't want him driving the truck.
No, you don't trust him? No, him.
Oh, Marty?
Marty,
Marty,
yeah,
I did, not him.
That's what I'm saying.
He could barely get out of the pits at Knoxville.
Just have Marty
I
drive
drive one night out of the pits at Knoxville, and it was scary.
I mean, it's got to. The regular people here have to fly out of town. They don't want to drive 12 hours to see society. I mean, just start flying, spend $600 and just fly in and out. Yeah, he probably does it right. You don't drive, do you? Or do you ride?
He rides with us everywhere.
Oh God.
We don't spend $600.
Well, he's
This
used
team
to
ain't-
it.
This team ain't got $600
He's
to
used
do
to
that.
it. This is the advantage, though, of his upbringing, because your dad trucked you around the country from age 9 to now, racing everything. 4 cars a night. And I was joking earlier about how the nerve, somebody may think starting next to Carson Macedo at Knoxville Nationals. I was like, motherfucker started next to Michael Facento, 4, 5, 6 years ago in California. Like that's Steve Kinzer of that era, it's Kyle. It's like he's got a lot. Yeah, in that moment, that's the guy, and everyone's here, and people underestimate how tough that micro scene is. Like Steven Snyder Jr. this year is probably the best 410 rookie of rookies of everything, like first year in it. But if you can go in the shootout and beat those fields, especially in A-class wing and outlaw, you can do some stuff, man. You can really do. You got something. Yeah. So I think a lot of those just micro experience definitely prepared him. Obviously, finances. It's hard to get that experience for that amount of years. So lucky in that aspect, but that's where it does pay off. Where say a regular guy who hasn't done that, has just as much talent, he don't have that pedigree of experience in that moment. He's trying to show himself or do something extra instead of just drive the car. So it's good. It's good to have that in the background, and that's what you have as your driver. He just looks like Dale Earnhardt's degenerate child, Dale Jr. They all say you look like Dale Jr. That's what the girls say. That's what they told me. Yeah. Did anybody else see it? A young Dale Jr.? That's what they said.
I heard Dale Jr. used to like hanging out in Oklahoma.
He did. Have you ever looked into the Garth Brooks? Well, he's the Freemasons. The Freemasons run. They're from Oklahoma. Garth Brooks. I don't know about that. You don't even know that you are?
You don't even know what
he's
they
Illuminati.
Are. You don't even know what that is.
He's Illuminati. Oblivious. Playing it good. Playing it good, guys. Okay. Anyway, obviously, before we got here, your dad did pass away.
Yeah.
This was a big deal for that.
Yep.
Illuminati blood sacrifice. Anyway, we're gonna go back. No, I'm just playing. But talk about that. How big was that for this to happen in memory? You know what I'm saying? I mean, you can't grasp it, obviously. You know of, but that had to be different there.
Yeah.
Is it still something where it's like you wished he was here to see it?
Yeah, I just do not talk about it.
That bad?
Talked to him a lot during the race. Just something I'm not comfortable talking about.
It's okay. Nothing wrong with that.
It's a big part of my life.
Yeah, but obviously it means a lot more to make it happen and stamp the championship and everything like that, and they call it a championship. So
Yep. No, it was. I think he helped us for sure.
Yeah, Powers, the people looking down, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So many things.
Unreal. Yeah, and like earlier before we went live, you are just staring at the damn trophies, staring at the car. It's like, it's both of y'all. You are just like tranced in it. Like it's not even
real.
Yeah. Are we living the dream?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Staring into it.
Yeah.
You're just gonna sit here and stare into it after we get off here. That's what's gonna happen. And look at it.
Might go sit on the bumper.
Sit on the bumper, but no trophy. No trophy. Cookies are for winners.
I'll take a picture. Get my screen saver. That way.
Oh my.
Look at those.
That's not even fair. Okay. We'll get off here before I get in trouble for talking about stuff I shouldn't. You're mad at me now.
No, I'm not mad at you.
Okay. It happens a lot. People are mad at me, so I can handle it. If you're mad, you
I appreciate what you did. I just don't too fresh for me.
Right. Just all of it happening is too fresh, and that's syncrecy.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, close her down.
Okay.
I guess.
Thank
Are
you.
you mad at me?
No.
No? I don't know. That shirt. The new Steve Kinzer. I mean, maybe. That's what you want to be, you said.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no. That's the truth. All right, well, thanks for tuning in here at the Liebig Motorsports. Liebig Motorsports. That's why everybody says Liebig. Why?
How it's spelled. They don't know their English, or they don't know their German, I guess.
Liebig Motorsports here.
First vowel is always silent.
Oh God.
2 of them are in a row.
Oh my. The memory card, the trophy car. Hold on, I don't even think they got a good shot of that the whole time. There's what they set up here, and we put freaking Shane in front of their display. I actually feel bad about it, but he was the part of doing this, and I think one of the biggest parts, crew chief comeback stories, team comeback story, driver comeback story, and to do it at the biggest race of the year. Unreal. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for tuning in. As always, be sure to subscribe. I want to thank Shane for coming on, Ryan for watching and halfway being a part of the show, Marty, and then we have Brett. He's just here. I don't know why. Anyways, thanks for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. We will catch y'all next time.
We can ride high, we can ride low. We can ride anywhere we need to go. We can ride all night up to the morning, as long as we make the show.